Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. What's up, Cody?
What's up, man? How are you tonight?
We were doing really great. We've had a couple of technical difficulties, so it's just us starting here. We're waiting for Austin and Philo to get on. How are you guys doing? Oh, we got a let's go from Senador.
There's December 10th. Again, I'm Cody. This is my man Adam here, waiting on Austin to jump back in.
Yeah, he'll be back in a minute. It'll be good. Big episode tonight. We got Philo Brathwaite on. This is going to be pretty awesome. I talked to him a little bit yesterday. He said he'll go as long as we want him to. So if you guys have questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We're going to give them to Philo and see what he says. While we're waiting, though, I guess we could do a little bit of the local news.
Sure.
Wasn't a ton going on here in Atlanta. Cold Snake Classic is coming up this weekend. This is the 20th annual, I think.
Yeah.
One of the longest running tournaments up at Sequoia Park. Everyone loves Sequoia Park, I think.
One of the funnest tournaments I've ever played.
Yeah, that is a really good one. So Barry's running that again. It's for a good cause. Last year, they handed out enormous checks for people, which was awesome. And my buddy David Keiss got one, and I've always been jealous of the fact that he got a giant check. I've never gotten a giant check from disc golf. So then Doc Holliday
I've never gotten a check from disc golf.
No, we almost went pro for $13 last week.
Oh, so yeah, we do. We do have that going for us. I think Austin's back. He sent a message.
Yeah, Jeff Couch is present. He said, "Oh, okay, Austin is not back yet. We're gonna get him in a second there." Al House got 3 big checks. Yeah.
Oh wow, good bagger.
Yep.
Bagger.
Michael
what are you
House
drinking on?
What are we drinking on? What do you got?
I got Maker's Mark and ginger ale. Celebrating some good news. My wife is now a manager at her company. She's no longer a group, I guess. Grunt.
Okay, well, that's congratulations, Kate. You though, sir, are a little under the weather.
Yeah, I contracted the virus. It's very, very unfortunate. Luckily, I haven't had too many of the symptoms, just lots of fatigue. But that's hopefully I'll get better. The whiskey will help. Or that whiskey helps.
Yeah, I've got a weird one. My buddy Juan gave me this Honest Abe cider, but it's called Mexican Lollipop.
Oh, wow.
And it's watermelon habanero craft cider from 2019.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's pretty good. Ryan Harris checked in. Say the beards are looking good. Thanks, bro. I've had all of 2020 to work on it.
Ryan had some big news today. Said he's going to be working on a course down in the south side.
I think that's all we saw on the Planet Earth Disc Golf page.
Check out his Planet Earth Disc Golf page. It's not the Planet Earth Design page. It's a different page. Slowly.
Yeah, Shane Simmons saying, I'm new to the scene, but really know what tournament it was, but Philo's famous Albatross is what re-energized my love for the sport. I think that's pretty much everybody said. Dude, it's probably the most watched disc golf clip in the world. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah.
Undoubtedly, right?
Absolutely.
I don't know. The Paul 18 down was pretty big, but I don't think it was as big as the. I mean, you can just take the whole Philotross and see it in a minute and a half and be like, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So.
And then your jaw drops, pick it up off the ground, as well as some of the big putts he's made over the years. I really enjoy watching Philo.
Yeah,
Austin said his computer had to reboot, so he will be back in just a minute.
Yeah, he'll be back in just a minute. Philo knows about it. He'll be there eventually. He's on Pacific time. He was probably playing today. National news was super light, and I know this because the only national news that I saw was that Brody Smith was rated 999. And so I'm kind of like, if that's the top story on pdga.com, it's a pretty slow news week, I think. So,
thank you, Shane. I will do my best.
There he is. What's up, Austin?
How y'all doing tonight?
Good, man.
Good. I've never had to introduce you before. You always introduce me. So this is Austin, everybody.
Yeah, dude. I think we just change things up a little bit. Let the computer die right quick and give it a reboot. And we're back at it.
I'm so surprised my computer has not died in any of the podcasts yet. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
What you drinking on, Austin?
Dude, you already know.
Same as always.
The Tropicalia.
Nice.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
Hey, does my mic sound funky? I know this is the whole reason. All right, so yeah, I messed up with the mic. Did you guys tell him that?
Yeah, we told him it was a mic thing that you had to reboot.
I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound
Sorry.
great.
Mike
Sound great. Look great.
Okay,
Nice
cool.
mustache.
Al House says you're putting champ.
I am a putting champ.
right.
So
What you got? You got any news for us? We already said that.
I don't have much.
All right. We got to fill some time waiting for Philo to get on. He's coming. Hey, world's best disc golf. Say you guys rule. Thank
Nice.
you.
I know that guy.
Yeah, that guy, he was one of the first guys to share this stuff with everybody in the world.
I have a fun story about that, actually.
Yeah.
It used to be World's Best Disc Golf Videos.
Mm.
And I told him to drop the videos, and now it's just World's Best Disc Golf.
So you're the reason for his abbreviated title.
Yep. I get all the credit.
Oh, Jason Light wants to know, Cody, how did that Q-tip feel a mile up your nose?
It's actually not that bad. I don't know if they don't have to go as deep as they did when they first start, but they leave it in there for like 10 seconds. It's awful. Like literally, sorry, I don't want to lean back, but literally just going in circles around up your nose for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah. I don't have any
But
great
it only
stories.
takes 15 minutes now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's like almost all rapid test.
Yeah.
Yeah. You play any disc golf this weekend though, Cody?
I did not. We took a nice, easy, relaxing weekend. Got the house straightened up a little bit. Did our Christmas shopping. I got a new spice rack, in case anybody's wondering.
That's good. That's good. Sorry for all the dead time, guys. We're just waiting. Philo should be here very shortly. He knows. Yeah, I played Doc Holliday down there. It was the A B tier, B tier for pros, A tier for AMs. That was Tyus, Green Valley, and Dundee again. So that was fun. James Burgess says not as bad as the throat swabs. I didn't know there were throat swabs for it.
I don't know.
Ezra shot 17 down, final round.
More than that. It was kind of disgusting. I've got it right here. Give me a second.
1080 rated round. Oh, that brings me to my next point. Who do you guys think? I know you saw the post on Atlanta Disc Golf, but who do you think is going to get to 1030 faster? Isaac, Ezra, or Alden?
I got to go Alden.
I also went with Alden.
Alden's going full-time road this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put my money on Alden or Ezra. I'd go in that order.
Yeah, Ezra might join him, but Ezra still got school and stuff to go to. So.
Cody, I take this. Isaac 33 down.
Oh, wow.
Ezra 32 down. Kevin McCoy at 22 down in third place.
Nice. Wow.
So 10 strokes back, and also 15, 20 years back. I'm trying to give Kevin I'm not trying to blow Kevin's stuff up, but like
Jason, if I could afford,
he's sponsored as a Masters guy, and and he's Isaac and Ezra, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
but he did design the courses, so
he's a good disc golfer.
They're
just young machines nowadays.
Yeah, I know, it's scary. Ted Chansey's flex start at Hayden Kujala's compound in Griffin tomorrow. Check that out on Disc Golf Scene. Absolutely. Like so,
Jason asked me what my favorite spice was. If I could afford saffron, it'd probably be my favorite spice. It's like $20 a gram. But I like using
spice in your spice rack.
Coriander, probably. It brings the flavor out and everything.
That's pretty good. I'm a big fan of cheap pepper. Like not like buy a grinder pepper, but I like the cheap like powdery stuff or what. Like I don't know why I grew up on it. I just like it. I like it better. My girlfriend gets so mad. I'm like, give me the crappy pepper.
I tend to use a lot of thyme too, for some reason.
I'm an Italian type. I like oregano.
Yeah,
I put Old Bay on too many things. I put Old Bay in a lot of stuff that it shouldn't be in, but I like Old Bay. So
yeah,
I've got this orange peel spice that's really good.
Yeah, it's
like Vidalia orange peel or something.
I swear this is a show about disc golf. Everyone. Favorite spice girl.
Shorty Spice.
I was a Sporty Spice. Yeah.
Sporty Spice.
Okay, well that was easy. We got that out of the way. Anybody else? While we're waiting for Philo.
Yeah. Any other spice questions?
Yeah. Any more? Well, yeah. How spicy are they going to get though?
Hey, we haven't talked about our favorite condiment while we're on the spice topic.
Oh yeah. Go for it, Cody. You start.
Mustard.
Any special? Do you have a certain mustard?
Frank's yellow mustard. I put that shit on everything.
Frank's yellow, just straight up Frank's.
Yep.
Nice. What do you do, Austin?
I think it's Heinz. I think you're thinking of. Frank's doesn't make. Do they make mostly?
I don't know, dude. I was just making
French's.
a joke.
You're thinking of French's.
French's.
Yeah, French's.
French's.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta go mayo.
Nah, got him.
Yeah, mayo. Yeah,
Better be
mayo.
mayonnaise. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I like mustard also, but I think I like a Gildan spicy brown mustard.
Yeah.
Dude, Matt picked this thing up that it's like they call it like mayonnaise or like mustanaise or something. It's like
Mayo
half
chip?
mustard. It's like mustard and mayo mix.
Mustard.
I like the
Yeah,
ketchup
it's
mayo
great.
mix. They just started
But it's
making.
actually got like some like the hard kernel mustard in there. It was good.
Oh, I got a fun fact. Did you know up until this year we were the only country
Like Gardner Ranch.
that didn't sell the mayo ketchup mixture?
Whoa, Travis.
Mayo is gross, dudes.
He must be a Miracle Whip guy.
Yeah.
Tropicalia is always my condiment of
Yeah,
choice.
it goes really well with breakfast.
Yeah, and marinating.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dude. So?
So yeah, we already did like the local and national, so it's kind of. Let's think here. What a good ways to waste time. Let me go back to like television school here. I'm just kidding. Austin, what's your next tournament? What are you playing next? Do you have anything signed up for?
I'm playing Cold Snake
Right.
this Sunday, and then
Sunday.
I'm going to Savannah in January.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Is that going to kick the year off for you?
Yeah, I'm going to start it off. I did pretty bad last time I was down there. I don't know. Maybe get some redemption. That'd be cool.
Nice. Yeah. Cody, you got anything signed up?
Oh, nope. I'm quarantining for 14 days.
Well, sure that, but nothing way out in the future you're looking at yet.
Oh, no. There's a tournament at the Davalo, but I think I'm still going to have to be in quarantine that I was going to play.
Gotcha.
I'm excited for next year. I just haven't really signed up for anything yet.
Yeah. Same here. I got what?
I just barely got my money's worth out of my PDGA
Get your
membership
5,
this year. I got my 5, yeah. So
Nice. Yeah. I've got the In-Town Holiday Classic at Perkerson at the end of the year. That's a AM only. Everyone plays the same layout. It's one long, one short. So that one's kind of fun. And then after that, I haven't signed up for anything yet. So we'll see. I got to get to North Landing. I still haven't played North Landing.
Oh, really?
You haven't played North Landing?
Yeah. No,
I haven't played the actual North Landing course. The only time I went out there, they had it in a safari layout. And I played like 2 holes and then it started downpouring rain. So
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me that.
that was pretty crappy.
Right on.
What about you, Adam?
What was that? My next one, I think it was, that's it for 2021.
Are you not playing Cold Snake?
Oh, no, I didn't get out on Cold Snake.
You got any big ones you want to play next year, Adam?
I want to go to Am Worlds. I already qualified for it, so I think that'd be fun.
I'd like to go to Bowling Green again next year.
Oh, did you see that they made Bowling Green Pro and Am this year?
Oh, no, I didn't. That's awesome.
It's back to a Pro Am.
Maybe we should all plan a trip to Old Bowling Green.
Yeah, maybe get there on Thursday night and do a show.
Maybe. Sounds like, well, I think the tournament starts Thursday, doesn't it?
We can do a Thursday after round, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do a little hotel show. That'd be fun. Make
Yeah.
sure we get a good bed sheet in the background.
Yeah,
I think it's about 8 hours for both of us to get there. So
Yeah. I'll just be chartering a helicopter. We're going to sell so many hats. It'll be fine. Oh, man. Yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys caught that in the commercial at the beginning. We do have the online store now at frolfer.com. So we have some articles there. You get links to our YouTube there. You can get links to all that good stuff. Plus, our shop is there. So we got some more of the black and white hats like Cody has on the site right now. Graham Mickle. What's up, buddy?
there he is. Hey, bud.
Hey, bub. Cool. Yup. Let me see here. Trying to think of what else we had going on in the old Atlanta disc golf scene here.
Are we going to run tags again next year, Adam?
Oh, we are. We've already ordered the tags. It's the Uncle Arthur edition. You'll know what that means when you see them. It's good. We went back to the old logo. There was like a real big backlash against doing the other logos that we were doing. And so we've gone back to the original logo. good colorway. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a colorway people haven't seen before, which is nice. So I'm excited about that. All that stuff's coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're also going to, what's up, Joe Costa?
There's Joe. What up, Joe?
We'll ship to Canada, Watson. Just we'll talk on the side about what that actually costs, and we'll figure out a Venmo situation for that. So how'd I do at Doc Holiday? Not quite the middle of the pack. Had a rough round.
Yeah, dude, I saw that. I was following you, Adam. I was really rooting for you, buddy.
Yeah.
You weren't far off there in the first round.
Yeah, first 2 rounds are fine. It was right in the middle. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I saw you.
We got to play with some cool dudes. I got to play. It's funny. I got to play with a guy named Doc West.
Oh,
all 3 rounds at the Doc Holiday Shootout. So that was kind of cool.
Interesting.
Johnny Avery, what up? Yo, Johnny, if you want
Johnny?
call Philo and tell him we're looking for him, that'd be cool. He'll be on soon enough. Yeah, he said I went back and looked at the messages. I said 7:30 Eastern. Good. He goes, yeah, that's 4:30 Pacific. So we're on the same page here. Hopefully, we're gonna have Philo here in a few minutes. Hopefully, this is all just benign, benevolent thing. We don't want anything bad to happen. Obviously, we just want to make sure we can get him on. Yeah, we're gonna do tags next year. All the sign up stuff's gonna come up any day now. Really, probably.
how many tags did you get?
We did 120 again.
Okay.
So we kind of built in, the tag numbers waiver. There are people who play tags some years, don't play them some years. People who, it always going to fluctuate a little bit. There are more people in the area playing disc golf by a lot right now. So I think if we sell out of those, we can always get more as well. So we are going to do 4 kickoffs again. We're going to be looking for tournament directors for those. Try to quadrant it out in Atlanta. So we have your northern, eastern, northwestern, east, west, north, south, however you want to do it, kind of thing. So just kind of what we did last year.
This thought process crossed my mind at the beginning of like the whole COVID situation when people were talking about like not wanting to transfer tags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, what if we put we just got a bunch of generic tags and put a QRC like impended on the back of it?
We have people who won't even go on disc golf scene to put their rounds in.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe like if you're gonna play for tags, like you automatically like I'm taking your tag, but I'm doing it virtually.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like it might help input all the rounds.
If it had, I mean it could. I'm gonna have to look into that for next year. We've already ordered these tags, but that's right. And who knows? By next year, either COVID's going to be gone, or we're going to be in the middle of a civil war, and we won't play disc golf anyway. So we'll see what happens. But
I'm throwing frisbees.
Yeah, we've been throwing frisbees the whole time. It doesn't matter what's happening. I mean, obviously, this has been like the apocalypse, and we're all still throwing frisbees. Joe Costa, Monday night glow at North Landing, Tuesday night Marksman League on the square. That's at Glover Park Brewery.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
What about Wednesday, Joe?
Yeah, I don't know. No, he says. Look at him. No, I'm sure that's. I don't know what that's
to the virtual tag. He doesn't want that.
Well, yeah. Oh, Austin, your mic's got a little scratch, bud. By now, everybody's yeah. And this is so. I want to say the folks at Perkerson were doing a really good job. Johnny Avery and Melissa Avery. They would bring a bottle of sanitizer, like a spray sanitizer. You would spray your tag, put it in the bag with the other tags, and then spray them again when you got them back. So
that's pretty good.
It wasn't bad. And I knew some people were actually like putting them in. I think one week somebody brought like a Tupperware of sanitizer and just put them in there.
Me and Kate got like a gallon thing of hand sanitizer like 3 years ago. And at the start of the year, we had used like that much. And now there's only that much left. Alcohol.
Jeez.
Oh, so here's something we should talk about while we're trying to burn up a little bit of time here. I saw a pro on Twitter the other day tweeting at the PDGA asking them if they're going to get some sort of prorated deal for next year or get any refund for this year. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, if you're a pro disc golfer, that $25 difference between your, Ammon Pro membership or whatever, or the 3 months you got for free, it's like, that's $75. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was, I don't want to name names, but it's this weird thing. Like, I wouldn't believe that a pro would be out there trying to blast the PDGA about if they got their money's worth out of their membership this year.
Yeah. What do you think they would have done?
There wasn't really a national tour.
There wasn't really a national tour, but I'm saying like that $75 or that $50, no matter what it is, like you're giving it to a nonprofit who's doing stuff for the sport and also keeping an algorithm spreadsheet of your stuff for you, right?
Bullshit.
But,
yeah.
Do you think you have to get money back from them because the whole game was kind of shut down for 3 months.
So what do you think? What do you think they would have done if, say,
I don't know, man.
Still not
yeah,
done?
Karen's. I don't know, dude. I think yes, they're complaining, but at the same time, I can kind of see how you could be upset. I don't know. I mean, this all goes like back and forth between the professional side of disc golf and the amateur side of disc golf. Like we're all in one family together, but like, you know.
But here's let's say you buy a ski pass, okay, for $500, and then it doesn't. Right. This is the kind of that situation we're in. And some ski resorts have started to offer a guarantee saying, we're going to have the lifts open 110 days this year, guaranteed. If not, for every day we're not, we're going to prorate your member. We're going to pay you back on whatever. Like, the PDGA surely shouldn't need to go to something that complex to figure this out. And I don't think there's an issue. Like, I have no problem giving my $50. And I got 5 tournaments out of it, no problem. And I was pretty careful about COVID. Like, I didn't play some tournaments during that time where we couldn't, where I wasn't going to play, and I still got plenty of my money's worth out of my membership. I don't know how people are not getting their money's worth.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all gravy. I don't know. I don't see a problem paying $75.
Yeah, it was just really funny. So then I tweeted at the company that this dude was sponsored by. I was like, "Yo, your boy needs to borrow $75."
I need to, yeah, right. Actually, I pay more than that to play ball golf.
Here you go. Have them.
My greens fees are half of that.
Dude, I paid double my PDGA membership for one day at like Killington or Stratton or something. Like to go skiing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking ball golf though, you know?
Dude, it's 2 discs. It's 2 discs these days. You know what I mean? It's 2 Glow Champion Tour Series discs.
That's what they're giving out in the players packs. And
I'm saying, Nick, that's the cost.
That's the cost
for $50 membership. It's 2 discs. That's all it is.
All right, but I don't know. But I'm saying, like, I can see is what he's complaining about being a pro, being like the PDGA did not put any money forth this season. Do I get my $25 back for that? Like, I don't mind paying the $50, but do I get my $25 back? That is, you know.
Austin, you might want to check your mic a little bit.
Oh yeah, this thing's fucking up.
Yeah, you've been having real fun with that mic. I don't know
what's up, Amanda. How are you? I hope you're doing well.
What's up, Amanda Gardner? What up? Johnny says Sexton Firebird. Yeah, actually, some of these Sexton Firebirds will pay for your PDG membership for like 7-8 years at this point.
X1s for sure.
X1s are like that. Yep, that's right. Yeah, see, that's the whole argument about getting money back from this nonprofit organization because the world shut down, not because they shut the world down, because the world shut down. I think that's an important distinction. So I need to get some better shades. Yeah, you do. I've got a dude on eBay. They're like $10. I will send you a link. It's super cheap. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know who's asking.
The sweet shades.
I want Adams. I like the clear.
The clear with the blue. Yeah, they're pretty good. Cool,
yeah.
Cool. Austin, here's a question I don't think we've asked you before. If you could go into the Prodigy factory and make any disc and any plastic, what would you do?
Ooh. Damn.
And would it be purple? I bet you it'd be purple.
No, I just throw those purple ones because they were a very good blend of plastic. They were a little bit different than other ones, and I like happened to scoop a bunch of them up when I was working there.
Yeah.
I'm torn between like making a 12-speed driver or making a fairway driver. Like Chris did a pretty good job with the FX2, but I want something that's not as stable. Like, I want something that kind of just stands up and just wouldn't be a PA3. No. There's nothing wrong with a PA3.
No, they're good discs.
Yeah, I think I would go for more of a T-Bird feel on an FX2.
Okay.
Maybe retool and maybe make an FX3.
Okay. FX3. There you go.
There you go.
I mean, I would just maybe almost presume that that's in the makes. But yeah, I think I would make like an FX3, something that's like a little bit less stable than that FX2 they got.
Yeah, Cody.
I don't know. I really enjoy like the X4. I enjoy the. I agree with Austin. I would like maybe something in between an H3 and an FX2, somewhere around there. But I also need X1.
I would like to also see like a. I don't know, maybe like a hybrid. Maybe it's the hybrid speeds that makes it a. They need to make a new. I don't know. I can't knock them. They make good frisbees already.
Yeah, Scott Livingston's got this is his treasure map. And there's an X1 in the creek on number 6 at Fairways. If anyone can find it, they can keep it.
There's 2 in there.
Yours?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
He dunked the thumber straight in there, buddy.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy.
But you can't keep it. I really would like it back.
Yep. Dude, I almost lost a Section Firebird the other day because I actually throw one. I was like, this can't lose this. We're gonna have to find this again.
And you're just making a bunch of polecats, right?
I was just I've said it a million times. KC Pro polecats or the Galactic Squirrel like Nexus polecats. So just a cool polecat that isn't champion. It was an actual cool one. Deep dish thumb track putter. That's Joe Costa. That makes sense for Joe Costa.
No, absolutely. It sounds like a bird.
Yeah, it does. The Berg's kind of cool.
I do like a bird.
Rattler and Pro D. The Rattler's kind of that's kind of the big chunky rim guy, right?
Yeah, that's a rhino, ain't it?
No, Rattler's more like somewhere between like an ABR and a birdie, I think. A big D3 out there too. Yeah, I have a old Champ Wraith in one of those creeks.
Dang, there's a lot of discs in that lake right now, I bet.
Yeah, dude. That place
it's just that course period. I bet you there's a bunch of good discs. I know I personally have lost 2 in like throwing the course and setting it up. I haven't lost a disc in actual tournament.
I think I've lost at least 5. At least 5 out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just sacrificed one to Sequoia last weekend, actually.
Did you?
Hate to hear it.
I bet you won't guess what disc it was.
Was it a rollaway on 18?
It was a hit the tree and roll into the wall. Yeah. It wasn't a rollaway. It hit the tree and like dunked dead center in the middle.
So it's the purple D1?
No. Backhand.
P4?
M4.
M4.
The second M4 that I have lost at Sequoia.
No.
On hole 18. You think I would learn?
You think I would learn?
I literally actually, yeah, that orange M4 was the one that replaced the last M4 I lost. And I had just gotten it to like a very good seasoning. It had been about a year. And mother me.
Yeah. I haven't lost. I just lost that one Wraith at Fairways, which everyone's gonna lose something at Fairways. I think. I don't think there's any there's no avoiding that. You're gonna lose something at some point at Fairways. I lost a Roadrunner last year.
Sequoia Pond has my hearing.
Do you ever think of those? Do you ever think those lost discs are thinking of you too?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they miss me. I hope they find their way back in my hand.
More North Landing news.
Shout out to Dylan Holt for helping load them up.
Nice.
Shout out to Dylan Holt.
D Holt?
He's out in Rado right now. Actually, fun fact.
Is he in Rado?
He is in Rado.
What's he doing out there?
What do you think he's doing out there?
Skiing with Ben Lena?
No, he's snowboarding with his girlfriend.
Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say, I think Ben Lena was just out in Rado too.
Yeah, I think he was out there for like a bachelor party though.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
That's where we need to go. We need to go to like the Colorado Championship or something.
That would actually be a pretty good. That'd be a long road trip. Well, maybe hopefully we can fly.
I would fly.
Pro Worlds is in Utah this year.
I have a cousin in Denver we could stay with.
All the beer in Utah is
Dylan-
like 3.2% though, or something ridiculous.
Dylan's family has a cabin a couple miles from the course.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Thinking about doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ratings update. What happened, boys?
I
didn't
haven't
get an
played.
update.
What?
Yeah, I didn't get an update.
Yeah,
You didn't get up there? No.
No.
I went up 3.
Nice.
891 all-time high again. So
Heck yeah.
reaching for the stars, boys.
Did you shoot above your rating this weekend?
On average, yes.
Nice.
One round well above, one round close, and one round a little below, I think.
James Burgess said beer in Utah does indeed suck.
Yeah, it does. It's like I think it's only like 3.2 or 3.8%. It's all the Mormons are out there and they've kind of pushed this teetotaler kind of stuff. Yeah. So
this picture on his Facebook picture kind of looks like you and Kate's wedding picture, Kate, Cody.
That's
yeah.
Are you standing at Cloudland Canyon by chance?
No, you can't see the mountains in the background. It goes low unless he's on the backside of the mountain. What was I going to say? Oh, Minnesota. They do that on Sundays. If you want to drink beer on Sundays, it's 3-2. Really weird.
Oh, wow.
Really weird law.
That's like a double thing. Like, so all these breweries up there have to have like a beer for Sunday,
Yep.
like Sunday.
Absolutely. Beers. Yeah. You got to empty out the beer cave every Saturday night.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's called 3-2 beer.
Like the beer laws in Georgia, like you're driving to a tournament and you're like, it's 9 a.m. I wonder if the Quick Trip sells beer and the racetrack doesn't. Which side of the street can I buy beer on? Or you go to the gas station that doesn't even have beer. Like you're in a hurry. You're like, I've got to get to this tournament, but I really need to grab like a coffee or a Red Bull, and then I'm going to grab beer, of course.
See, this is where you need to be prepared prior.
I know, but I don't always have time the night before. The night before, I'm usually.
How serious are you taking this tournament?
What?
How serious are you taking this tournament?
Well, I'm.
Do you want to win?
Rated, so that should explain.
891. So that should say it all.
Yeah. All right, boys and girls. I think if we have any, there's Mount Mitchell, North Carolina. If you guys have any topics in the chat, please let us. We'll answer some questions now. I'm not sure. We're having trouble getting a hold of Philo. We've sent him a couple of requests, so we'll see what happens. Talked to him yesterday. It seemed like it was good. Hopefully everything's all right. So
we didn't just make this up. I swear.
I swear to God, not make it up.
I swear we didn't do this for more views.
Not made up.
Oh, we did it for the views.
Did it for the gram. We're just gonna get that.
Clickbait.
Oh man, his next episode will be a fun one. Yeah, that's funny. Oh yeah, the old Moreland problem. Yeah.
We can
Yep.
give you guys a sneak peek into the guests for the rest of the year if you want.
Yeah, we can talk about. We do have. Wait, who do you think is going to take Cold Snake? There we go. I'm going to go.
Oh, I haven't even
looked at Austin Lytle.
Austin Lytle
I
is going to
haven't
be
even
there.
looked at who's all playing. Is there any Robinsons there or Harrises?
I'm going to go take a look. We're going to be talking about Cold Snake here. I'm going to pull it up. Cold Snake Classic. All full up, but if somebody wants to hit me up and say, if you want to play Adam, that's fine. Maybe I'll show up. Oh, dude, wait. So, Austin, you claimed yourself on this when you've got the giant killer Sean Medina up there.
The giant killer. Oh, I like it.
Sean Medina, man, that's his home course. Playing open.
That's not his home course.
No, I don't know.
Alden
I just know
won
he
last
played open
year,
and
right?
then went back to like intermediate a couple weeks later one year.
He came in first in intermediate and then moved up to open and came in second 1 year.
Yeah, but then he's
Back-to-back
gone. He was going back down again at one point, and I was like, yeah. But you got Alden up there. You think you beat Alden at Sequoia?
Yeah. I taught Alden how to play out there.
He won last year,
He
right?
taught his skill. Yeah, he won last year. That was his first time. And I had a bad year.
Ooh, MP40 is a good one.
Into the pond.
Listen,
No,
MP40.
my A3 was in the pond.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you think? MP40, Al House, Al Sandage, Brett Porter. Those seem like the the Killers. Matt McLeod.
Hopefully,
Sandage.
Al says
I
he's
take
got so
Sandage.
many checks. So,
I got
Yeah, also
Sandage.
he's got 3 checks.
oh, but I
Sandage?
also have Sandage. That's his
Sandage
home
and
course.
Sandage knows that place really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Sandage.
Oh, what
Let me
Amanda
check.
say? Amanda said there's a Christmas
The
party?
gals have
There
a
we
Christmas party Sunday, 10 a.m. at Frog Rock. Send your lady friends. I like
I will
it.
show up in a dress. No,
There
I'm
you
just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. Please, yeah. None of you're sick. You gotta wait.
Yeah,
But there
I gotta
it is.
wait.
This has become it's good. It's a good little pin board for the Atlanta scene here. House all the way. Ooh, controversial take. You know, let's see. We got anybody else? Carlos Monroy's playing. I love that. Good to see that guy. Clunk's
Yeah,
playing.
what's the advance looking like?
Ace Madison, Evan Frisbee, Gary Booth, Jake Rohde, Michael Kruby, Michael Houchin Jr. Nate
Oh, Michael
Skinner.
Kruby playing a tournament. Love to
Yeah,
hear it.
Kruby's gonna perk a bunch.
Dude, we ran
Nice.
into him at the tracks, and he told me he slayed it out at the tracks.
Yeah, he had a great time at the tracks. He had a great round. Played way over his rating, I think, too. Livingston's taking Asa. That's probably a good bet. Skinner's
That's
in there
a good
though.
bet.
Skinner is in there.
Oh, Skinner's in there?
McLeod down at MP40. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun tournament.
All right.
This is only the second time it's ever been sanctioned.
Yeah,
The last
I know.
2 years, isn't
I
it?
absolutely hate it. No, it wasn't sanctioned last year.
Oh, the year before? Something
No,
that was
like
recent, wasn't
one
it?
of the first years he did it, and then everybody
First
was
years he
smoking
did it.
and drinking, so he never did it again.
Gotcha.
I mean, they weren't. He was a great TD.
I gotta see. You got David Keiss going for the repeat and intermediate. I like that. We'll see what happens. He just got over the Rona too.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. Come on, let's golf tournament.
Dude,
Thanks.
they're coughing everywhere. We're getting ruined. Oh, we got a little.
I think
Yeah, mute
Austin's
him.
mic died or something.
Yeah, I think. Let's see here. Hey, buddy, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Change him out. Change him out.
There he goes. There he's good. All right, guys. I'm not sure. Philo has not seen our communications as of right now, so let's give him a few more minutes, and then we may have to reschedule this Philo episode, which would be unfortunate.
What course do you guys want to play the most that you see on the tour? And you can choose by location too. Like if you want to go to Vegas just to play the Vegas one.
Yeah. I don't know, Austin. You've probably given this a lot of thought,
Maple Hill, without a doubt.
without a doubt. Zach Smith's played it, I think, right?
I don't know, but Matt Versola has, and Gort has, and all my friends have, but I haven't. Yeah, I want to go. I'm really considering it this year.
What about you, Cody?
Man, I've never got to play Throw Down the Mountain, and that just seems like a really good time. I know it's not on the tour.
Yeah,
or
that's
maybe
another
it's
one.
But yeah, I've
Mountain's
never
great.
played Throw Down the Mountain. I'd love to get out there.
Say Dale R. Maple Hill. Every time I see Milo McIver, I want to go play Milo McIver.
Oh, in Oregon?
Yep.
Daylaw would be fun just to get to go to Cali.
Yeah, De La would be super fun. And there's so much footage of De La, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Preserved looked really good, too. Yeah, that's another
Yeah, I
one.
did.
The Preserve had that, like, kind of nature-y meets disc golf kind of vibe. Like, I feel like Boundary Waters 1 kind of has that vibe where it's like, this is obviously carved out of the wilderness, but it's carved out really well. That's how I felt about the Preserve as well, so. Ooh, Idlewild. That's a good answer.
Oh, that's that. I don't know if I want to get beat up that bad.
No, I know. Somebody said the Beast out in Waco. That looks good. Yep.
Has Jason Line, have you played Idlewild? I'd imagine you have.
I know
From
Martin
the
Young's
Southeast.
goes there, I think. Martin Young.
Oh, yeah, Martin's from Kentucky.
Yeah, he's from there.
Oh, did we figure out the giveaway? Are we doing a giveaway?
Yeah, we're doing a giveaway. I don't know how to do it, but we have a giveaway.
Yeah, we don't know what.
Yeah, we hadn't figured it out.
We're gonna let him stew on it. This is a Glow DX Rock with the Skeet Scienski bass stamp and It's Rastafoil. Let me get some of that light on it here. How did I do
You know,
this?
I kind of want to see a picture with people holding their bass up.
Yeah, if you have a picture of you with a fish and you put it in the comments, we'll pick the best fish picture and we're going to give you this disc.
There we
Once
go.
again, it's a Glow DX Rock with a Ski Sky and Ski Southern Nationals bass stamp on it. We chose to give away a rock because Philo was going to be on the show, and he's a well-known rock thrower. So yeah, put a picture of yourself with a bass somewhere on our social media. In a couple days, we will pick it up. Light says he did play Maple Hill though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hasn't played Idlewild, but has played Maple Hill.
Is one of them a little more destination, or like you don't go to that part of Kentucky for much?
Right, yeah. There's no point to be in Kentucky other than that, right?
Yeah, so like what? Yeah, I kind of wonder. I kind of wonder if this is yeah. So is there a city you want to visit that has a good disc golf course, but you really want to see the city? Like you were saying Vegas before and play that, but
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Vegas. It's fun. If there was a disc golf course in New York City, I'd probably like to go play that, but obviously there's not.
I think there's
Unless
one.
never been in New York?
On Long Island or something, maybe.
No, yeah, I've never been
there's
to New York.
There's some in upper New York, upstate,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played a couple upstate ones that were good.
up in Buffalo area.
Dude, I played one in Rochester called Shore Winds that was a monster. It was like something like 9,800 feet in length. It was huge. It was huge, and it was on the shores of Lake Ontario. So half the holes you were playing into wind, and like wind from every direction, wind at like a full fucking force. It was off. Like,
Jeez.
it literally said when you went to the kiosk, there were two courses. There was like a blue and a silver. And it said blue course is for advanced and pro players only. And I was like, surely they don't mean that. And so we went to play that course, and like we got through like 6 holes, and I was like, no, should have played the other course.
How cool would that be, though, to play in Central
You
Park?
had like clears of like 350-foot clears, and you had to clear stuff like peninsulas on the beach of Lake Ontario. Like it was almost like being at Claystone, but Lake Ontario is so much larger than that lake at Claystone. Like Lake Ontario is almost a small ocean. And so
yeah. You got waves rolling in and shit. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Harmony Bends would be good. Harmony Bends. The only thing I was going to say, guys, let's keep going for like 15 more minutes and see if maybe Philo had his hours wrong on the it shouldn't be. He said 4:30, 7:30, so we should have been good. Is there a course local to us that you haven't played yet that you want to, or you don't get to play enough and you wish you could?
Well, since I moved, North Landing was built. He's got that other one up by Etowah.
Mm-hmm.
The Tracks was built.
You've never played the Tracks either, have you?
The Temp course you guys played in that tournament down there, Cinco, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Cinco's going to go permanent.
I still haven't played. No, I think that's about it. I think that's the only ones I haven't played. I wish when I was down there, I wish I could have got out to. I went to Hobbs a lot, but I wish I could have got out to Hobbs a little more. And I like that one Will built up in Dalton. That one's pretty good too. If you haven't checked it out.
No, I haven't been to that one. I haven't been to Flyboy yet. That's like the one that I'm like, why haven't I been to Flyboy yet? Or Central. I've still never been to Central.
Huh. Yeah, well, you're not missing much on that one, but
Yeah.
Oh boy, here comes Zeb Holder and gang to just burn our entire internet down.
Travis, I have played it, and it is freaking amazing. It's like I'd compare it to Hobbs, but a little tighter. Nah, it's about the same as Hobbs, maybe a little tighter, but it's 22 holes, super
who designed
long.
it?
What?
Who designed it? Do you know?
I do. Jay Pointer. He works for.
Cool.
He's an ambassador for Innova. And he did an amazing job. I really thought it was like a Huck design or something. But yeah, he did great.
How the heck do I attach a photo? Chris, I'm not sure. If you just want to put a post on our wall of a picture of you with a fish.
Yeah, send us
on our social media. Sometime in the next 24 hours, I'll pick one. So
send us your fish.
Tag us. Put the picture up and tag us. That's probably the way to do it.
Yeah.
The
Takes a New
York
Yorker
full
full
line.
line.
Yeah, they're not good up there. Not much at all on Long Island, says Al House. Awesome, Lytle. We still love you, though. Flyboys Bomber Course. Get out there.
I've been to Flyboy.
Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
out there. Yeah, Austin, is there anywhere you haven't played yet that you want to play around here?
I haven't not played very many courses in Georgia.
I figured that was probably the case, but yeah.
I can't really think.
Do you ever play the golf course one down in Columbus, the Battle of the Bull or whatever?
Oh no.
No.
I've played the
I think
permanent
I
course
have.
in Columbus, Flat Rock.
Flat Rock is a great course.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to get down to Freedom. I have never played in Valdosta. I need to get down and play
Freedom Park down there, right?
That's like one of the very few courses that I haven't played in the state of Georgia.
You guys want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I have never played White Oak.
Oh. well, I
White
haven't
Oak's
played
one of
the
my
Beaver.
top courses.
Really?
It's very equivalent to the old course, but yeah, White Oaks is a very good course.
Yeah. I haven't
you
seen
guys
the new
played
they
any
had
of
tweaked it
those?
a little bit for the neighbors.
Shorter college
Oh,
courses?
Oh yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah,
and
they're just a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I think Leon. It's a lot of elevation. There's some water. Leon's been out there working. He pulled some discs because they had to drain one of the ponds, so he's been pulling stuff out of there. So keep an eye on Atlanta Disc Golf and Douglas County Disc Golf. I think he's posting pictures of stuff that you might tell. It might have been in that lake out there for 10 years. Who knows? That was
I was
like
gonna say I lost my second ace disc, my first ace disc with witnesses, in that pond on 17.
yeah, dude.
16.
That was a really fun course though.
And I watched Matt Versola ace that hole on 17 over the water.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I heard
Like
about
under
that.
the tree skip or like through the tree or.
Just straight chains, all air.
Oh my god.
There was a dude fishing behind it. If he would have missed the basket, it probably would have hit him.
Damn.
What's your least favorite course in Georgia?
Austin?
I want to say Swanee Creek, but I can't say that anymore because if you're ever in the area, you need to go right across the street to the breakfast and brunch lunch place. It's called Flavor Rich. Dude, it is some of the best food I've ever had.
Yeah. All right, so Swanee Creek, yeah.
That golf course, the disc golf course itself is just, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay.
James Burgess, and you get better in the woods.
Oh my God, James Burgess says that's your least favorite is ERP. Oh, that is a controversial statement, my friend.
Or maybe that's a course he hasn't played yet.
Oh, I hope so. I hope that's what that is. Oh God.
Yeah, actually, Matt's ace disc is right there. That yellow one.
Al Scoops with the ERP got teeth. Oh, this is gonna be a hot one too.
Least
Ooh.
favorite Redan for me or White Oak.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take. Johnny's gonna hurt your feelings right here, Cody.
Oh, well, it's the hardest. People don't like the hardest course in Georgia, so.
Hardest. Oh no, Burgess confirmed it.
Oh, wow.
Get better. Get better is all I gotta say. So
Better.
I'm not a big fan of Heritage up in Dalton. I think they've redone it since the last time I played it, but.
I'm about to get on the Call of Duty as soon as we get done with this and play with Burgess. I'm going to talk to him.
That's great. James Burgess, terrible take. I hate to say it because I love everything that Douglasville does, but Dog River is.
Oh my God! How could I forget that?
I'm not a big.
I
fan
tried to forget that course. That's what it was. You
Someone
know
said
when
Lake
you've got
Russell, I've never
a
played out there.
when you've got a par 54 and everybody in the open field's best score is 54. There's something wrong with the course.
That's the first place I ever had to throw backwards to get out of jail.
Yeah,
Like you couldn't even go lateral. I'm talking literally turn around and throw a fucking forehand roller away from yourself. Like what are you doing?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the shots. I love everybody out in Douglasville.
Everything out. Oh yeah, everything out there is good, and I'm hoping. I know some stuff I'm not supposed to talk about yet.
Dog River 3.
No, Dog River 3. Oh,
No, Dog River 3. Battery Waters 3.
I know some stuff I'm not supposed to talk about, so hopefully we can get some of those boys on soon to talk about it. That would be totally boss.
Go pull that bagger Leon out of there.
Dude, yeah, he won again. And I wanted to stop talking about him. But he came from behind and won with a pretty tough round. Like Tyus as the last round is not easy. He did very well. Congratulations, Leon. Get the hell out of my division, bro. I need to, yeah. See, Johnny,
I need to move
now
up.
I'm going to have to play Dog River. Yeah, so you have to play. I'm not saying don't play Dog River. I'm just saying understand that Dog River is a lot different. It's a lot different course. Like it's not a very a lot of non-natural lines. You're probably going to learn something about your game playing out there.
Either that or completely hate your life.
Yeah, intermediate. Johnny took another intermediate. Well, I guess he had never actually won intermediate. I thought that was all he needed to get his one.
What?
Yeah,
No, he's got four
Like
intermediate
5 or 6.
wins, an advanced win, and a rec
Okay.
win.
And
he's not
even
even
advanced win. He's
He's
still
not
playing
allowed to play
advanced.
anymore. Not allowed to play anymore.
Well, yeah, because his
931.
rating should be 935, right?
Oh, it's 35. I thought it was 930.
935, yeah. But it'll go up. I'm sure it'll go up in January. So, yeah. Good for Leon.
We'll just move straight to open, dude.
He really should.
I mean, really. Jake Shelby, he's 935 and he's moving up to open.
Yep.
That's the
true.
goal, right? Is to finish your career in open.
I told everybody now. Well, I mean, I almost ended my career in open last week after Friendsgiving stuff went in. But that got all sorted.
Oh, we made it 1250, dude. 1250.
You only got $12.50. I got $13. I have no idea how that happened. You signed us up for the tournament, so
I haven't gotten anything, so
Yeah, that's funny. That's
Cool.
funny.
I don't think Matt has either, but it's cool.
That's cool. I mean, whatever. Maybe it was $6.50 each, and I got $13. You got $12.50 because
yeah, you're supposed to split it with your
Oh, that's what
partner.
it was. Sorry. Yeah, I'll send that to you guys later tonight.
Whatever.
You know my
not-
PayPal.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dog River's tough. Yeah.
This sucks, man. I really thought he was going to be here tonight.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I think I'm hoping, I literally talked to him on this plat. We streamed together, not streamed, but we chatted yesterday. He hasn't seen any of our messages all day, so hopefully everything is good.
Yeah,
It's probably out at the disc golf.
That's the
course.
biggest thing. We don't know what's going on, so good vibes, everybody, because we'd love to have Philo back on. Or he turned it on and he realized we're all wearing sunglasses and he couldn't find any, so he's just like, nope, not gonna do it. I gotta get some more sunnies. I'll come back next time. So let's give it 5 more minutes, see if he thought it was at. I literally have a message from him saying that's 4:30 for me, 7:30 for you, and I said that's exactly right. Let's do that. So,
Jaybird wants us to have Dan Hastings on here.
do you think he would come on?
Yeah, I'll message Dan.
I would have. What is his PDJ number like?
No, it's pretty high. He's from he lives in North Carolina now. He's from New York.
Oh, okay.
I may have messaged him
He's a-
already. Hold on.
He's a goofy goober.
No, I have not messaged him yet.
He's actually a pretty good teacher. From what I
We've
hear.
got another North Carolinian on next week, though. Philip.
Yes, we do.
Bartholomew.
Let me grab that. Sorry, go ahead, Cody. Give us the info.
Ba-da-da-dum. Are you gonna put it up? There it is. Philip Bartholomew. Am I saying
Young
that?
heavy hitter from Discraft coming on.
Yep.
Yeah.
There
No,
he
he's kind of I'm pretty sure he's actually living with Hastings right now. That's pretty funny.
That might make it really easy. Didn't you have a funny thing, Austin, with that, with the PB and the discs? And
Oh
everything?
yeah.
Yeah. PB, Philip Bartholomew, and Philo Brathwaite always they get each other's discs. I heard this story like a couple weeks ago, not a couple years ago when I was at the USDGC. And they were like, yeah, PB. People turned their discs into me, and I'm like, no, that's not me. It's Philo's. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So, and when they brought it up, I was like, I'll mention it to him the week of. And it's PB. We're going PB to PB.
Yeah, double
Kevin
down.
Moore wants to know, when are we gonna have Jaybird on here?
Jaybird knows.
I told Jaybird, and he said he would. If you guys wanted to have viewers, you wouldn't have me on. I was like, come on.
Whatever. Jaybird's got some great stories.
Yeah, have you seen us?
Yeah, send Jaybird a link right now.
Yeah, I can send Jaybird the link right now.
Yeah, here we go. We got Jaybird instead.
We can just put Jaybird on the show if we wanted to.
He says I'm live in the comments.
I live in the comments. He says I like that. That's a good answer. That's a
We
good
could
answer.
ask him every question we wrote for Philo and see if it works.
Hey, you guys know that he taught Chris Dickerson how to putt, right?
Oh, I did not know that. Local legend says James Burgess.
Yeah, you're damn right. He's a local legend. We're all nobody knows how honored we are to have Jaybird in our area.
Didn't Jaybird just completely slay Buzzard Roost?
He
Like,
does it. He does it every time he plays. He slays every course he comes to, except putting league last night. But you know,
Ooh.
You guys hit at the same time. That's
I got to talk my trash while I can. that's like the first time I've ever beaten.
Yeah.
What kind of microphones
do you
guys use?
I use the same one you do.
In case you guys were wondering, we use the Snowball, blue Snowball. I know everybody's been dying to know.
Let's see. Jaybird and Blaine on together.
Ooh, they can tell us childhood stories.
Oh, Jaybird and Blano. That would be huge. I don't even know if Blano's into the modern technology like that. Is he, Jason? I kind of take Blaine for being like an old country dude. Just kind of lives up in the East Tennessee hills. Takes care of his family.
Yeah, we gotta have Jason on and figure out how they got so good at disc golf.
I think it's that's what I'm saying. We got to have him on and ask these questions.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think, get some local dudes on. That'd be fun. Trying to think. We might have to have Mr. Harris on sometime soon.
Oh yeah, talk about that Planet Earth disc golf.
I don't know. No, that's all we're gonna say. But
I can't talk about it. I have signed documents.
I saw you sign off on that text message that says no, not yet. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him if I could drop that fire tonight, and he said no. So
It's definitely
sorry,
not.
folks.
But it is
Definitely
fire. It is pretty fire.
It's gonna be pretty fire.
It's gonna be pretty fire. I'm excited.
I mean, I believe Jason Light has just as many career wins as Philo.
Are you checking that right now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm doing a little digging.
A little digging.
C-tier Slayer.
Oh, but today, the update, Jason's finally under 1,000.
Oh, I hate to hear it.
Damn.
Not finally. He was under 1,000 not that long ago.
Mm.
I love you, Jaybird, but I keep up with you.
You love him enough to keep your eyes on him.
Yeah, I got to see where my competition's at.
Right, because he's going to come out twice a year and just spank everybody.
Yeah. I gotta watch what tournaments he signs up for to make sure I don't sign up for.
He's 1 point below Brody, and I would put my entire bank account that says he beats Brody 99.
I would give you the right. I would give my everything away. The whole house.
Jason Light said, "Send him the fucking link."
Oh no! Oh, it's because L House. You're seeing this now. It's because I think you started watching 5 minutes after us, but we'll try to get you in there as quick as we can. Send him the fucking link. Come on.
He's on the damn. He wants to talk that shit. I'm on here talking shit to him.
Okay, is that what it is?
No, it's not it. Maybe.
Maybe. Let me see if I can find the boy. Yeah, it's been an hour. I think I'm hoping everything's good with Philo. Maybe there was some miscommunication of some sort, or he got hung up in traffic. Who knows? He is out in like Southern California, so he might be sitting on the 405 right now.
Yeah, he's just north of Los Angeles, and it looked like there was pretty bad traffic.
He might be in. We don't know. He might have been at league at like afternoon league, and he's in a 36-hole playoff for something. Who knows?
We can only hope.
We can only hope. I hope we didn't get ghosted by Philo, because we will literally make T-shirts that say "Ghosted by Philo" for Alpha Magazine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
It'd be like Philo's face with like the Michael Jordan tear coming down his face.
All right. Jason Light.
That's almost worth it.
Jason Light, I think you have the link now. Hopefully.
Joe Costa said, "Isn't it a 4-hour difference, not 3 hours?" There he is.
Hey, Jay Bird.
All right, damn it. I've had enough of this. talking shit about me. I'm
Well,
right
now
here.
you're on the wall of shame. No hat, no sunglasses.
Guys, yeah, you caught me at a good time. I was here playing a video game.
Oh, good.
Good.
No, I'm only
Perfect.
talking shit because it builds the competition.
I guess it only
You can do
makes me
too
more
much of it, though,
motivated.
right? Like the off the course mental game is not okay, right? Like
Mine?
if you're at dinner and you're like, hey man, what's up with your back foot there on those putts? Like that's not okay.
Do I do that?
No, you don't
Is
do
the
that.
question?
I'm just saying I think there are some local guys who are pretty good who might do that, and I just want to make sure we establish in this room that that's not okay.
No. Heat of the moment's when you want to make that change.
Yeah, gotcha. You want to get him while it still hurts.
Yeah. Right as they make the foot fault, or you call a back foot fault on them.
Back foot.
Back foot. Oh.
What exactly does that entail?
It's just something to alleviate the pressure of a big putt.
If you have to ask, you
Yeah.
can't afford it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Do I need to go get a beer, a hat, some sunglasses? Do I need to fill up?
No, you're good.
No, I think we're good.
When did you start playing disc golf, Jaybird?
Oh yeah,
99.
1999?
Yep.
Was it your brother
Where
that
were
got you into it?
It was my brother. Yeah, I was heavy into working out with a good friend of mine. We needed some opportunity to kind of relieve our muscle strains. So we started playing disc golf because my brother played it. I stole some discs out of a box he had in the closet, not knowing they were collectible discs.
Oh.
And we were out there just hammering them away. So
Nice.
Did he get mad?
he was confused about where I got the discs. He wasn't per se mad. This is Blano.
Yeah. Blaine doesn't get mad.
Wayno.
Where were you? What was your first course?
Warriors Path in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Nice.
Warrior's Path. That's a good course.
Created a warrior.
Yeah. Hard to
What was your last round of disc golf like? The last one you played?
Holy Lord, when was that? That was Monday. I played Monday with Ben Lena over at Matthews Park. Yeah, it was a shit show. Too much wind, not enough putting, just normal stuff.
Those things go together pretty frequently.
Not in my game.
No, not in your game. So good. Let's get Jaybird on the big screen real quick.
There he is.
Boom. I even got a Chiron for Jaybird.
There you go.
Nice.
There
You
you
made
go.
that fast. Jaybird.
It's a Jaybird episode now.
What was your most memorable win? You have
Wait, Philo's here. We got to kick you out, Jaybird.
All right, no problem.
See you, bud.
Later.
All right, boys. Not sure how it all happened, but we do have the man, the myth, the legend. It is Philo Brathwaite, everybody. Let's get him in here.
Hey.
What's up,
my God.
Philo?
Dude,
What's up,
life
man?
has been going a million miles an hour today, dude. And I just got off a couple of really kind of heavy business calls about my life, and I'm sorry I'm late, dude.
Dude,
No.
Totally
We're
fine,
just
man.
happy you're here. It's not
We're
a big
happy you're
deal
here.
at all.
Do
Well,
we?
it's a big deal to me, man. I like to be where I say I'm going to be, man. When I say I'm going to be there.
All
It's
good,
important
man.
to me.
We hung out. We want to make sure we could get you.
Right on, man.
Are you still good to have some time with us? Do we need to reschedule?
Oh,
this?
dude, I'm good, dude. We've got time. Let's rock and roll, man.
Awesome. Cool. Well, we're going to get
Hell
started.
yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
We got to make fun of Jason Light a little bit, so it was a good time.
Yeah.
Right on.
What was your first disc golf experience? The first time you played?
Oh, man, this is a fun one. So I'm not sure if the guys are, everybody watching or whatnot, or who's watching, but I've told this story a few times through a few different media outlets. But I used to work at In-N-Out Burger here in L.A. when I got out of college. I was just starting college, rather. And one of the guys I was working with, he'd been playing disc golf from age 8 or 9 or something, like most of his life. And we got talking about sports one day, and we hadn't even really hung out much away from work. We were just really getting to know each other. And he just asked me a random question one day. Hey, man, you like to play sports? What are you into? And I'd been playing a lot of ball golf at that point. I was like, yeah, I like to golf. And he was like, oh, when you're done playing, with your balls, I got a real game of golf to show you. And I was really, I was really confused. Like, what other golf are you talking about? I only know one golf, And he was like, disc golf, frisbee golf. And I was like, never heard of it, man. So, yeah, he took me to the world's first right over here in Pasadena and gave me an old beat-up purple Cyclone and pointed at the whole one target and said, all right, the goal is to get this thing inside of there as few shots as possible. And, just like most of us, the first time we get out there and try it, there's that kind of confused and then excited feeling very, soon after that disc leaves your hand and you're like, okay, that was terrible, but I know I can do better than that, and that's been like kind of the story of my career, man. It's just been a snowball from that moment.
Hell
So
yeah,
after
dude.
working at In-N-Out Burger, is it your favorite burger place or are you just sick of it?
It's not my favorite. No, it never really was my favorite. I mean, they're tasty. Everything is actually as fresh as they say it is. The trucks roll in every day. The tomatoes are fresh. The onions are fresh. The potatoes come in big, sacks, and you got to skin them and peel them right there. Chop the onions. The burgers are never frozen. So, I mean, it is, but I don't think it's the best burger in town.
Nice.
What is?
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. One of my favorites in town is called Umami Burger.
Okay.
It's not like umami, like a bunch of O's. It's UMAMI, umami.
Like the taste sensation, right?
It's awesome, man. They're just really big, I don't know, probably half-pound burger patties and the fixings,
Nice.
whatever. It's some really unique kind of styles, I guess you could say. Not your
That's
typical burger, Different types of cheese. You're not just going to get your basic American cheese. It'll be some kind of really fancy cheese and,
Nice.
big
Oh, yeah.
chunks of bacon and stuff like, I don't know. They have a burger called the Manly Burger. That's my favorite.
The
Yeah.
manly burger?
We're big foodies
Manly
here,
burger.
so
Yeah.
we're always talking
I
about
love burgers, man. One of my favorite burgers this year is actually in Vermont, man. If you ever guys, oh gosh, what was the name of that place? I can see it in my head. It's at the base of the hill when you're going up to play at Smugs. Like there's
There you go.
in Jeffersonville, like at the bottom of the hill, like right up the street from the 108 to go up to the resort. Just like right there on the corner, just this random little shack, and there's no inside dining. It's just like a little burger barn. It might
Yeah.
even be the name of the place, the Burger Barn or something like that. And just totally low key, and they had probably 30 or 40 different type of burgers and a couple of other things, but so delicious, man. I went there every day and got a burger.
Oh,
after
yeah.
my work.
So we got
Awesome.
Chris Dickerson is the chicken guy, and now Philo's the burger guy.
Yeah.
I love burgers, man.
Dude, so we have one viewer who asks every single one of our guests what their favorite condiments are. So he just literally writes, "Holy shit, condiments." So what is your favorite what's your condiment?
Probably barbecue sauce.
Solid answer.
Oh yeah.
That's a solid
I-
answer.
Because it
I
goes
would
on
have-
everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of universal. I mean, I get to travel around a lot, and I'm not
Try a
always
bunch
the
of
biggest
different
like
ones.
ketchup and mustard guy or mayonnaise. Like, ranch, like no ranch for me. But like barbecue sauce is pretty safe, pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I respect it. So I know it's probably never gets old talking about it, but I want to know the entire length of the entire hole of the albatross. I want to walk through the emotions, the tee shot to the shot that went into the basket, everything. Because the tee shot was almost equally impressive as the actual shot going into the basket.
All right, I'll try to set this up for everybody here. So this is round 3, Beaver State Fling 2016. I'm on the lead card with Nate Sexton, Kyle Crabtree, and Ricky Wysocki. And Ricky's putting the hurting on us early in this third round. And we get to this hole, and I've played this hole I don't know how many times over the years. I've practiced that hole with Ken Climo, with Dave Felberg, with Josh Anton and Steve Rico, with like every touring partner, anybody who's ever let me travel with them. We've played, 6 West, and everybody says the same thing. If you're going to make your mistake, you make your mistake way to the right, so at least you can pitch out and get to the basket and make your 4. So I get to this hole at this point in the tournament, And Ricky's starting to stretch out on us already early in the tournament. We'd only played 5 holes, or early in that round, rather, and we'd only played 5 holes, and Ricky's already starting to get a 2 or 3 stroke advantage. And I get up to that hole, and I know where I want to land, but it's really hard to get there for me because I'm not the longest thrower. You know, I have to really put the pieces together to get full flight and the right angles together. And so I throw the shot out there, and I'm watching it, and it barely kind of cuts around that pine tree on the corner. I'm like, hopefully that's enough. You know, it felt a little wide. And I walk up there and I see where the disc is, and I'm like, all right, I know the shot that I have to throw, but I know it's dangerous. You know, I know going to get around that corner is dangerous, but at the same time, I did
push to go for more.
Because I didn't want to fall more. I saw where Ricky's drive was, and he was about 70 feet in front of me. And he had the angle to throw a straight hyzer over the pine tree in the middle before the field goal.
Right.
And I was thinking to myself, for sure Ricky's going to have a look to make 3 on this hole. I got to try to keep pace right now, because if he gets 2 on me on this hole, I'm probably not going to catch him.
Yeah.
You know, like I got to try to keep up, you know. And also I had 2 other really great players and a whole field of other guys behind me that I know that it's so easy. I've been in that position so many times in my career where I get right where I want to be, and then I have one of the worst rounds of my life because I'm so worried about what everybody else is going to do.
Right.
And in that moment, I was standing there like, I mean, I know I've been known for kind of being a deliberator and taking my time and whatnot. But I swear, man, I walked up to that shot and I said to myself, if I throw the same disc that I always do, the best I'm going to get is a 4. And I knew that I had other destroyers in my bag that were a bit more stable. And I just trusted myself. I said, I know I can throw the same shot and this disc is going to unravel. I just have to hope and pray it unravels at the right time. And I just took a big, deep breath, man. I grabbed that disc and the rest was history, man. I just believed in myself in that moment. I saw the line I wanted the disc to fly on. I put my hand in that space and I committed to it and let it rip, man.
Oh,
and as it was flying through the air, you could hear me on the video yelling at it to fight. I was like, fight, like turn left, man. Because I saw it had the right action on it. And I was just like, come on, be the right one. And as soon as it turned the corner, I just turned my back like I did everything I could do. It's over there somewhere. You know, and he in Central Coast, he was behind me when I throw the shot. And then after I throw, he finishes his shot and he starts to walk up to where Ricky is in front of me. And he gets about halfway and he turns around and he looks back at me and he goes, it's in the basket. And I go, whatever, man.
Right.
You know, he films Ricky's shot and he turns around and he says it to me again. He's like, no, dude, it's in the basket. I'm like, yo, my gosh, really, dude? And I'm like, my head just starts kind of going through the scenario. And I still had 10 minutes before.
That was a what? Yeah.
No, dude, I wasn't even thinking about that. Honestly, like in the moment, I was just like, it didn't even register in my mind in that moment that this was caught on film, that they were going to send it to ESPN. Like,
oh yeah, no, I mean, more like you're doing the math on the round now. You're like, wait a minute, so I got there, and Ricky's got like.
I knew that if he parred, that I was going to tie him.
Yeah, that's huge.
I knew that if he parred that hole, that we would be tied for the round and for the tournament. So,
that puts a lot of pressure on somebody.
Well, I mean, that ended up. I mean, he beat me by 2 over the next 18 holes. No. 18 plus the 6, so 24 holes. Actually, no. We had the whole next round and 12 more holes after that. So we were only a third of the way through the round.
Yeah.
We had 12 more holes that day and then a whole another 18, and he only beat me by 2. So that just kind of kept me in that like mental frame of mind that I can do it. Even though I didn't, I still haven't won a national tour or a disc golf pro tour, but I mean, I put myself in that position. You know, I know if I get myself back there again, that I'm going to have the components to get it done one of these times, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You'll be there.
It's so hard, man. It's so hard.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't grow up playing disc golf, man. You know, I was 20 years old when this sport was introduced to me, and most of the guys that are winning championships these days, they've been playing before they came out of diapers, you know? And
yeah,
I feel that.
They've been playing since adolescence or younger, and like I just didn't have that exposure, that ability to get it, you know, into the competition frame of mind to really grow through the stages of, you know, amateurs and whatnot. I went from AM1 to pro like in 1 year.
Yep.
Yeah, we were looking at the rating a little earlier, and I was like, damn, he's at his current high. Oh, no. Yeah, he's at his current high. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I've been super dedicated to this process. I mean, I've had my own internal fire since day one that I knew I could compete at a high level at this sport. I never came into disc golf thinking I'm going to be the Tiger Woods of disc golf. I'm going to be the savior of the sport or the best player to ever live. I just wanted to enjoy being out there. I wanted to compete the best I could. And all the stuff that's happened since 2006 it's still very surreal to me, man. The whole thing, like having 40,000 fans on Instagram, people, supporting my clinics and workshops, buying my discs,
So
it's incredible, man. It really is.
Yeah,
so
I
I got to ask you, which one was better, your Albatross or Nico's?
I still like mine more. I think the technicality and just that I couldn't see where the basket was. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of luck in every awesome shot, a little bit of fortune. But I just think the technicality of those two shots, and it wasn't just raw overpowering the hole. Like I really had to work that. And me not being the longest thrower in the game, splitting the 850 hole in two, I never thought it was possible for myself, honestly. I'd never had to look at a 3 on that hole before.
That's awesome.
Amazing. That's so good.
Yeah, I know. I give your shot. That's the shot heard around the world. Dude,
it really was. That
it literally is.
In a great
seen around the world.
Seen around the world, heard her. Yeah, absolutely.
Heard around the world, started a war, man. We don't want that.
No,
no. You're right. You're right. Seen around the world.
So you've been throwing Innova basically forever. I'm an Innova guy, so I love asking this question. What mold has been in your bag the longest, and what's the newest mold to make it in?
Well, you should know what the oldest is. That should be pretty
rock,
obvious.
right?
Rock.
Of course, man. I've been throwing rock since from day one. The rock. Actually, I remember the day that the rock really. It was actually my first ace at Oak Grove. One of the old timers there. His name is Dennis Bohannon. Longtime Oak Grover, handed me a rock one day and said, "Man, you need to work on this disc," And there's a couple other guys that were around. This one guy named Ed, whose nickname was Boodle. I remember that clearly. He doesn't play much anymore. I hardly ever see him, but I remember seeing this guy throw a rock across the gorge at Oak Grove, which is like 315 feet maybe. And I was like, "You can do that with a mid-range?" Like, holy crap, man. It just opened my mind up. And then another guy that really inspired me was Kyle Crabtree, man. I remember playing with him in Sacramento in the early days of my career. I remember we were playing in a rainstorm at Orangevale, and this dude was throwing rocks all over the place. And he, again, opened my mind to what a rock could do. And it's really been the bread and butter of my game ever since. The latest addition to my bag, wow. Something that's really, really stuck in there. Probably Rock X3, maybe. Another mid-range. I mean, I've been throwing Race and Destroyers, T-Birds, Firebirds. It's pretty much always been in there. I kind of played with the Leopard, like Sidewinder, like most of the flippy discs don't really make it in my bag because of the style of throw that I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
I usually like to work
bag.
Yeah, just the originals, the bread and butters of the brand, the stuff that's really been time tested and durable and, reliable.
That everybody throws, but they don't all say they throw it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to keep in mind that there's so many different arm speeds and, abilities out there that they're trying to make discs that are in the gaps of these discs all the time, and like a disc that's like this, but not that, like a Shrike to a Destroyer or whatever, you could go on and on and on about the discs that are in the middle. I think most of us consistent throwers, especially people that have, plus 60 miles an hour of arm speed, you're going to want things that have a pretty consistent, stable edge to it, and you can work that. You don't really want truly understable discs, or they're just like flying saucers out there.
Nope.
Right.
Oh, is it me? My bad.
Yeah, it's Mr. Cody.
What's one of the most memorable wins you have? Do you have a favorite or one that really sticks out?
The fact that you win Swami Swam every year.
I mean, that's a rush, man. I mean, beating like a guy like Conrad or Nico on a course like that, and those guys are technicians, just like I am when it comes to the smaller courses. And then they have the long game, which is, they got another gear on me when it comes to throwing the disc far. And so just being able to like keep up with guys like that is for sure. But I think my most memorable is probably my first tour win back in 2010 in Colorado. And I had 8 or so guys, all touring pros out there, Cale LaVisca, Devin Owens, Felberg, and, a bunch of guys that are highly respected, beasts in their own rights. And I took them down, and it was like one of those moments that I remember my first true win against Steve Rico was really a big boost of confidence for me. The first time I won Wintertime Open, I think that was 2007 or 2008, early on in my career. When he was the hurdle to get over. It was like he and Bobby Music were the two guys. Like, if you can get past them, then you've kind of earned your rite of passage as a professional. And in my opinion, anyway, those were the two guys that were on the podium that if you were going to get past them, you could make a name for yourself. And that was a big one, but I felt like that was at home. I knew Oak Grove really well. I practiced that course all the time. I was always just as prepared for the Wintertime Opens as anybody, because it's right here in my backyard. And that was a nice one, but I think that first actual road win away from home in Colorado in A-tier, getting a 4-digit check, beating all, a handful or more of really, really good players, Hall of Famers to be, it was just a really special moment. And then they gave me, I don't know if you guys have heard of this before, but there's a disc that gets passed around to the touring pros. It's called the One True Rock.
Yes.
And
I've heard.
they gave that to me. They gave that to me after that tournament, and that really felt special. That my peers saw me as one of their equals.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's really cool.
It is a
Now,
favorite disc.
the complete opposite end. Do you have a heartbreaker?
I've got a ton of them.
Oh, AT, right?
No, we all.
I mean,
Yeah.
I play to win just like everybody else out there. And, a lot of people's definition of winning may be different, or we all can call winning different for all of us. If you guys were to come out to a Disc Golf Pro Tour, maybe winning for you would be 20th place.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or dead last, probably.
You know what I mean? Like winning for all of us is different. You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, when I came into the sport, like, my ambition wasn't to be the best player that ever played the game. I just wanted to be as good as I could get. And wherever that fit me in with everybody else, then so be it. But I was going to make the effort to be as good as I could be. And, most of the time winning for me is feeling like I played the style of golf that I wanted to play and that I executed my game plan to the best of my abilities. And most of the time that's going to land me in the top 10.
Yeah.
I don't really expect to keep up with guys that are half my age every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's unrealistic of me to think that I'm going to do that every time, because every course isn't going to suit my game and my skill set, and I got to really play on top of my game, man, to keep up with these guys on a weekly basis. And I think I did a pretty good job over the last few seasons. I'm getting older. I think I'm just getting wiser and more savvy with my own game and understanding what I can bring to the table, and just being confident in my own skill set and just enjoying it more. There's a lot of pressure when you get to this level to perform. You put it on yourself. Your sponsors put it on you in a certain way. The fans, to a certain extent, they're excited to see you play at a certain level, and not to say that they come down on me personally hard when I don't play that way, but I mean, it's there, you know what I mean? Like, you want to play well, you want to perform well, you want to be one of those guys that's being talked about on a podcast or in the social media post or whatnot, and that's what we play for, I mean, it's a very personal thing for all of us.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's for sure.
Not getting any easier to win these days, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely not. So, I mean, what's the normal routine for you this, like a week or two prior to an event?
Wow, man. Routines are hard to build when you're on the road so much. Some guys are better at it than others. I've always been a very flexible, kind of easygoing guy. I don't really like to regiment my life too hard, or I feel like I'm just a robot, you know what I mean? And I don't really like that feel for my life. So I'm a little bit more relaxed with my flow, and I really just kind of let my body dictate a lot of things, how I'm feeling. I definitely have to stay motivated and, stuff like that. That's all internal. But as far as my work ethic, I just really take it easy. And, if I have 2 weeks of time before I get before an event, which is very rare because most of the time it's like week after week after week, and then you spend a few days trying to get to the next spot, and you're just trying to recover for a couple of days and get your legs back under you. And sometimes you don't have that luxury. So my basic routine is, let's say the tournament starts on a Friday and I get into town on a Monday, I'll rest on Monday, get practice rounds in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, play the tournament, just really dial in my game plan. Typically one per day, and then, spend some time working on something that's bothering me or that I've been struggling with,
Maybe
I try not to wear myself out, man.
Your stuff,
Very mild. I mean, I've always been a pretty loose and limber guy. I'm a very lean dude, as you guys all can tell, and I don't put a lot of stress on my body when I throw. So thankfully I haven't really sustained any key injuries over my career. I've had aches and pains like we all do, but I've never actually been injured.
Nothing Tiger Bomb can't fix, right?
Or just taking it easy for a couple of days and have an ibuprofen or two, and just relax a little bit and let the body naturally do what it needs to do to heal.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you do anything different for the off season? I know you don't really have an off season in California. We barely have one in Georgia. Anything change for you at all, or no?
Yeah, some things have been changing, man. Just my perspective on where I am in my career, what's valuable to me, what's valuable to the disc golf community, what's valuable to my sponsors. All kinds of things have been changing, man. I'm in a very unique position in my career right now. I'm a savvy veteran who's been around this will be my 15th season, competing at the highest level of disc golf. And, there's so many up and coming talents right now. And I built my own brand.
It's kind of crazy. I wrote this question not knowing that you had been on the phone having these heavy conversations, like you said. And so I'm going to read it the way I wrote it. And I know that your answer probably isn't airable at this point, but I was just going to say, like, real talk, what's it going to take to get you on the star team? Like, what's that? How does that move happen for you? And I know, like, this is the worst time to ask that question. So you can no comment me plead the fifth if you need to.
No, it's not like that, man. Okay. I just signed my contract today for next year. They did not reinstate me back to the star team. And, there's a lot going into that, man. Yeah. Like, I really had my hopes up that they would, honestly, to be very candid. I've always been real and honest with the disc golf community, man. I have no reason to lie to anybody or to mislead you. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tell you how it is. And I don't have it's not about me trying to bash anybody, because that's not my style, man. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sit here and everybody's seen what's gone on. You know what I mean? They've all seen what's transpired, over the last year. And they've even admitted to me they knew I took a shot on the chin, being demoted last year, and how difficult the season was and how COVID affected things and blah, blah, blah.
And what you're doing outside of playing now. I mean, your commentary, you're one of the top commentary guys now. That's
awesome, man. I mean, that's all the fans saying that, dude. I'm not in control of that per se. That's you guys that, I'm just being real and honest like I always am. And I try to be insightful and be educational at the same time as being entertaining.
We had Ian Anderson on, and he was saying the same thing about he doesn't understand why you're not. We couldn't figure it out either.
Right. Well, they got their criterias. They've got their checklist of things, and from what I understand, I check pretty much every box there is except for being an elite player. As far as
1030 is not an elite player.
I don't know, man. I mean, I tried to make my argument. There were other people in the front office that argued on my behalf, advocated for me, and tried to get me back there, but it didn't happen. And I can't just sit around and cry and whine about it. I got to get on with my life. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I didn't get everything I was hoping I would get, but they did give me a better contract for the next year. It's more on par. It's closer to where I should be as far as the financial,
right on
compensations or, support that they offer me that's closer to where it should be and where it was before. And, some other things like travel stipend that I didn't have last year, so,
nice.
It's better, you know what I mean? And a lot of this, guys, has to do with the support that I get from the fans. I mean, my discs, when they come out, they sell out, man, like pretty quickly. And that's all because of the fans, and the more that stuff happens, the more it just shows the case that I have value to their brand. You know what I mean? It just reinforces it more. The more popular I get, the more awesome stuff I do with commentary, the more that the general disc golf public appreciates what I offer to them, the better for me. And I don't feel like I have to prove anything to anybody anymore, man. I used to feel that way all the time. Like I always had to prove something, like I deserve to be here. I've earned that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, and that's
sure.
and that's why everyone's so incredulous about this thing. But it's good to hear they're doing you right somehow.
Doing this long enough, I feel like I've been doing it the right way. I have my own brand. You know what I mean? My Team Philo brand stands on its own. That's all based off of my
You got to be going through a rough spot. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, we might get Philo back here in a second. I think he might have a little bit of a rough spot. But
I don't, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You there now?
You guys?
Yeah, we're still here. We got you now. We're good. It was a little choppy for a second.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, man. I live in the foothills, man. It does that sometimes around here.
Completely understand it. We had Scott Stokely on twice, and both times he's at like a laundromat or in his van, and we're just like nothing doing. So, all right, we had a viewer question. Our guy Rodney Baxley wants to know. It seems like you get along with everybody. What's your favorite foursome?
My favorite foursome. Wow, that's a tough one, man.
Casual Aaron tournament.
It's a tough one, man. Like, me and Barsby have been boys for a long time. I've known Greg since he was a teenager, man. Like, before he had his driver's license, you know what I'm saying? And like, we have fun every time we hang out. Even if I'm not playing well, if he's not playing well, we're both very supportive of each other. We both feel like we're on the same path, and you know, we've always been there for each other that way as brothers. You know what I mean? And if he has a rough day, I'm there to listen to him and let him vent. If I have a rough day, he'll sit there and listen to me vent. And he's a really cool dude on that level. I really love him for that a lot. Kale LaVisca's another really fun dude to play with. He's another very upbeat, not overly talkative, but, you know, just a fun energy to be around. Over the last couple of years, it hasn't happened very often, but when I get to play with Kevin Jones, man, that guy's another fun one to be around, you know? And, I mean, there's a bunch of guys, man. I like playing with dudes that push me, you know, guys like a James Conrad or, you know, there's a bunch of guys, man. It's hard to just name a few.
Sure.
You know, I played that awesome when we played Waco with Colton Montgomery, you know, and I was with him his final round. And, you know, it can be a pleasure and it can be a rough day with anybody, even any given day of the week, man. You know, we're all humans. We all go through stuff out there, whether it's on the golf course or in our private lives. And sometimes the two end up flowing together, and sometimes you get some rough days and you can't understand why. And it's just part of life, man.
Yeah, you kind of watch your friends. You're like, man, I didn't know that about you, you know?
Well, I mean, we all go through it, man. Golf is the most frustrating game in the world, man, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah.
Especially when you play like this guy.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
It doesn't matter how well you play, man. You don't win golf, you know what I'm saying?
I always said it's a game, not a sport. It really is at times. Very much a game, not a sport.
Yeah. I mean, there's very much so, you know, an athletic element to the game. It's not,
100%.
You know, we're not just standing there. I mean, even real golfers look at, you know, traditional golfers rather. Not real golfers, but traditional golfers. Those guys are looking more athletic every year, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like
You know what I mean?
golfers. They're golfers. We're frolfers. They're golfers.
There you go, man. But those dudes look like legit athletes, most of them. You know what I'm saying? You don't see too many beer bellies out there on tour.
Not
I did
anymore.
No.
I noticed something watching the Masters, though, that kind of weirded me out. They're really bad about putting their logos on their clothes. Like, it doesn't look like it makes any sense in ball golf. But disc golfers have it figured out. Like, we do a much better graphic design job, I think. I don't know. Just a random thought I had when I was watching. I was like,
It's
man.
because we
like,
have
logos
to,
on
Adam.
weird spots. I'm like, what are they doing?
We're in two different worlds, gentlemen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're in two
You can tell
different
by the
worlds,
paycheck.
man.
Yeah.
All they need is that little 3-inch logo to show up on that TV once, man, and it's on.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So-
Exactly.
So you had some great reviews for your commentary. Everybody I've talked to absolutely loves you in the booth, including myself. How hard
Thank you.
was it? How hard was it to give up playing USDGC this year to do that?
That's an awesome question, man. It took me a good few weeks to mull that one over. I love playing USDGC. Honestly, I feel that's one of the few majors I really got a crack at taking down every time I show up.
Absolutely.
One of the few venues where you feel like anybody can do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's in your hands. Like, how often are you going to go out of bounds and cough up extra strokes? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I've gotten close. You know, I've been in the top 10 a few times in the last few years, top 5, top 6, you know, and I've really felt like, man, like coming into this season and before they even offered me this job, you know, I was already looking forward to USDGC and like
Yeah.
wanting to have an opportunity to once again get a marquee victory under my belt. And
Did you feel better after you saw the weather?
well, let me get to that part, right? So they offered me the job, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, what an awkward time for them to offer me this job right now. You know what I mean? I'm out here fighting for my sponsorship level and
Yeah.
trying to get back on Star Team, and I know how important that tournament is to them. And I had 2 questions for them. I was like, 1, what does this mean for my contract? And 2, like, how much do you guys anticipate, you know, compensating me for this? Like, what are the numbers here? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
you guys asking me to not play this tournament for nothing, or is this like, what's the parameters here? What's going on? You know, like, what's going on behind you guys asking me to do this in the first place? You know what I mean? Like, why me? You know, and after we kind of had some talks about it, and I saw a lot of different angles to this besides just my own perspective. And it just seemed like really the smart thing to do for where I am in my career. I missed playing that event, man. Like, until the last day, I was like, I'm so happy I'm in this booth right now, because it would be. I hate playing in the rain, man. That is my least favorite of all situations to be in, is just pouring down rain, because I do not have froggy fingers.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like I'm just like tossing away rating points every time I play in the rain.
I was miserable just sitting in that chair getting rained on, you know, like through the booth, which wasn't even that much, you know what I mean? Just getting misted on. I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Just moving around the booth every time, too. Like, every time they shot to you guys, that surge protector was like closer to you guys, like out of the rain. I was like, oh god.
So are you going to continue doing commentary when you can, or is there any plans for that?
I'm doing commentary. I'm thankful and appreciative every time I'm offered or asked to do it, and it's such an awesome way to connect with the disc golf community on a different medium. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Who do you want in the booth with you that you haven't got to commentate with, or who would you like to see there commentating with you? Like maybe Greg Barsby, or
still going to be playing, man. I mean, with people who are actually available, I think Climo and I would be a really good mix.
that'd be cool.
Oh, yes. I said the same thing this USDGC. I mean, I love Ian, don't get me wrong, but I said if you could combine the 2 guest stars that were the 2 years, like it was you and Climo in back-to-back years, 2019, 2020. If you could put you and Climo together, that'd be a great one.
Ian, man. Ian is like the setup, man. He's like the reason I'm as successful as I am is because of Ian. He really leads me into the topics and lets me be the professional analyst. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not trying to bring to the table what I have, and I'm not trying to steal his thunder. You know what I mean? And that's why we work well together. Is we're just complimenting each other, and he understands the dynamic better than I do. Honestly, he just understands.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
And he's just got that soothing sound to his voice. Just puts you right to bed every night.
I think we both have that quality that people have been mentioning to us, that we have a very listenable, approachable voice and tone, you know, like.
No, absolutely.
speak like, oh, we are the truth, or or we're not showmen per se. You know what I mean? We're just being ourselves.
No, and that's 100% it. Is that you guys are just being 100% yourselves, and it's just the best
That's
quality commentary I personally have ever heard.
Thank you, man. Super stoked to hear that. I actually did a lot of research going into that tournament, man, and talked to a lot of people. I called a bunch of guys that were on tour, used to be on tour, are on tour, asked about their stories, telling me about guys I may not have heard of, and all that stuff that through was just from research, man. It was just asking questions and being curious, wanting to put on a good show, not just doing what everybody else does, which is just say what they see and having nothing else to add.
Yeah.
Your story about Kyle Klein coming up to you and his mom wanting you to tour with him, I about cried laughing.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much
Like, whoa, hold on, mama, pump the brakes.
being a mentor to him, not so much like, okay, he's going to live in my van or anything, but, just
Right.
Here's pills. Make sure he takes them. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, he's got to choose that for himself. I mean, he's got to pick his own mentor. His mom can't decide who's going to be his mentor.
Yeah. I was like, whoa. Yeah, that one had me going.
It was kind of.
Yeah. What's 2021 looking like for you? What's the next season holding up?
Well, I mean, I'm still a touring professional, so I'm still going to be doing that, but I'm definitely going to be looking to incorporate more of my Team Philo workshops. And, I've really been blown away the last couple of months, the level of support I've got from the disc golf community just on such short notice for a couple of things that I've done. I stopped in Dallas on my way out of off of tour. I was all the way in Myrtle Beach, and I kind of was zigzagging my way home, stopped in Dallas. And I just showed up to Disc, man, just to hang out and say hey to the guys, and they're like, hey, man, you don't have anything you want to sell, do you? And I'm like, I'm not really trying to do that, guys. Like, no, it's not really necessary. And they're like, well, if you're going to hang out, you may as well do it anyway. And they put me up on their Instagram and whatnot, and next thing you know, they're handing me an envelope with $1,500 in it. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, I don't really understand that I'm like a popular player, but when you think about monetizing it, like, my brain doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm worth this much money for this amount of time, or I just don't. Like, I'm always thankful when the disc golf community supports me on any level, whether it be through the Innovator support program, coming to my clinics, buying whatever I sell online or whatever, I'm all surprised. It's like, no way, that just happened, like, I don't expect it,
We sold our first hat online, and we're going to buy a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Our buddy Justin Long wants to know, any chance you'd come to Atlanta for one of the clinics?
Absolutely, man. I'm thinking about doing about 10 of these, Team Philo workshops throughout my tour next year, maybe a dozen of them. I'm going to try to start throwing it out there. I mean, I'm going to put out a post on my socials and try to get a feel for versus the schedule that I want to do. I'm going to tone down the touring a little bit just because it's a grind out there, man. I've been chasing and running after that dream for 15 years, and it's not that I don't want to play anymore. I love to compete, man, but I also have to recognize that my Team Philo stuff has to be important to me as well, and that I can do that. And, the amount of support that I get from people when I do that it's incredible, man. And I really need to focus on that more just for my own,
Absolutely.
financial security.
We don't make. You got family here in Atlanta wanting you down here.
Absolutely. I've been missing on so many communities over the year because I've been focused on touring, man. That's been what I thought was most important, is I got to be on tour. I got to stay relevant. Got to keep my player things up, and stay in the mix. And it's about time for these things to start adjusting a little bit.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Jason Cummings apparently went to a workshop a few years back at Legacy Park in Kennesaw with you and Greg.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was before I played.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We do that stuff as often as we can. I mean, Greg's got his own brand, his Barsby line, and he does his Flex Start tournaments, and he had his Barsby battles going on. And every once in a while, it's nice to tandem up with him. I brought him in a few years back when I really was getting this clinic thing rolling. And the first really big job I got in Europe, I brought him and Nico on with me because we were all heading over there. And since that first, workshop that we worked together, and it's been golden, man. Like, we work so well together. The people that come to our clinics are so excited because of the level of energy that we put out there and teaching people the truth, giving them the real deal right away and watching them improve right in front of us, and they leave so happy and excited to practice and to play again.
Yeah, I did some deep digging in your Facebook, and there was this one girl you showed how to throw, and she couldn't even make it to like the corner of the barn, and then she parked the hole the last shot of the day, and that was really cool to watch.
Yeah, I remember that. Liz Helton. I was in Dayton, Ohio, I believe.
Yep,
Wow.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
I
really
remember
cool.
Work with, man. I mean, it's very personal to me. I don't just see people as dollar signs. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how I operate, man. That's just,
Hell
You want to
no.
pump up those numbers, yeah.
I charge a lot more, man. I know that the information I give people is valuable and accurate, and I could charge more, but I try to keep it reasonable. I try to keep it in that place where I'm not turning people away, but also letting them know that there's a value to this information.
Right.
Absolutely.
And as the
So-
sport grows, the number will grow.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely. So they like to give me all the controversial questions, but this is our last tough question, I guess you could call it. And then we get into some really fun stuff after this. So first things first, do you think USDGC should be counted by the PDGA
For ratings.
for ratings? Sorry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
What do you think about any changes to jump putts?
I like the current argument right now that the 20-meter line should be the place. I think this 10-meter jump putt stuff, when you're 35, 40 feet away and you're progressing the basket, so close like that, it's really hard. People are doing it right sometimes, and it just adds a lot more controversy and uncertainty to our sport, and people are constantly questioning it. There's so many different.
Do you think it should stay the same for the women, though?
I think there's got to be some kind of uniformity,
Gotcha.
or
Yep.
some measurement where we're kind of saying, okay, this is the line for us, this is the line for them. There's got to be something,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like 45, 35, or whatever.
And
55,
then,
Whatever.
and then the big one that just happened this month. How do you feel about drug testing? And if you're for it, what should they test for?
Wow, that's
That was a
another
big
one.
Twitter thing recently.
I saw that, and I saw what a lot of people were writing out there, and and this community is so confusing sometimes.
Amen.
What do you guys want? What do you guys really want? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think what's important is that, things are fair for everybody. Our sport is really it's grown from the hippie culture.
Yeah.
And I think that anybody is looking at us right now thinking we can't market them because people smoke weed or whatever. You know what I mean? I really don't think that's the problem.
No.
You know
But what
I mean?
about like beta blockers or forms of steroids or anything like that?
I mean, who looks like they're on steroids out there to you?
Well, there's
I
one that comes to mind. I know he doesn't, but
Yeah. I know
steroids
he
can
doesn't.
be. You can get
But I mean,
steroids to get more flexible. You can get steroids to have
Little
more
young
endurance.
Arnold is as you called him at the USCGC.
Baby Arnold?
Yeah, baby Arnold.
But he's not doing drugs. I'm saying, like, is there a performance enhancing?
But he's
drug
a
we should be
vegan,
testing
so
for?
yeah,
I don't
it
got
is
an
what it is.
advantage with anything right now.
I'm not really for it, man. And it's not because of anything that I would potentially do in my personal time or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. I just think that we're not in that place in our sport yet where that should be something.
No.
Good. It's good to hear it from a
Yeah,
top.
wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
It's
One of
it's
the
good to hear.
Caught up is who's paying for all this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even getting paid now, and we're supposed to start paying for. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not well.
Yeah.
How many-
What happens when my $50 membership has to go to $60 to pay for drug tests for some tournament? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Overwhelmed for the whole disc golf community, just to test the top players in the game. I don't really see that panning out well.
Yep.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Either. No.
There you go.
That's
Yeah, I don't like it. All right, what's the home course out there in SoCal?
My home course is Oak Grove, the world's first.
Nice.
World's first disc golf course out in Oak Grove, California.
Pasadena, California, my friend.
What's your best round out there?
Where is that? I'm sorry?
It's in Pasadena.
Pasadena.
California. Okay.
It's just like a mile from Rose Bowl.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Is that the
Yeah,
closest course to you?
What's that?
Is that the closest course to you? I'm not going to lie. We did a little Google search of where, how do you say it? Topanga, California is? Tahunga.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is Pasadena the closest disc golf course?
Yeah, I'm like right in between Veterans Park and Sylmar and Oak Grove and Pasadena. They're almost exactly the same distance. I think Sylmar is 2 miles further.
So you claim Oak Grove. I like it. I love it.
There, man. I only went to play Veterans for weeklies and annual tournaments, man. I never really went over there to practice.
Nice.
I actually went to blocks away from that place and never knew it existed.
Is there like a little turf war between those, like the crews, like out there? Like, does that they have like a crew at one place? I don't know. Like we have it here for sure. Like in Atlanta, we've got
we definitely have we need to be having like club battles,
like,
but
You know, regional thing over here, Southwest Invitational thing where it'd be, Oak Grove brings a crew and Orton would bring a crew, and it wasn't really like we never really did that inner city thing. I don't think.
Yeah.
You would definitely represent your home course when you go play an event or whatever. People would be like, oh, that's so and so from Whittier, or so and so from La Mirada, or so and so from Sylmar, and yeah, but we never really had like turf wars in LA. I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a big city, man, and things are so spread out around here that not really a lot of time for that.
Oh, dude, we just chirp all day on Facebook about it in Atlanta. We're just beaking at everybody.
Yeah, some of that, but I mean, not too much. I mean, they of course have their crew and their locals and whatnot, but I mean, it's kind of like every disc golf course around the country, even internationally. I mean, you got your locals and your regulars, and they really don't budge, and it is what it is.
There it is. Yeah.
So we're Atlanta based. How many courses have you played in Georgia, and what's your favorite? I know we've played IDGC together.
The IDGCs. I played the Worlds over there at Fort Bragg, I believe it was.
Gordon.
Yeah.
Gordon, rather. I think that's about it. Honestly, I haven't been in Atlanta in 15 years, man.
Come on
You
down.
haven't been
We got
outside of Augusta.
Other than passing through, like I haven't spent a whole day in Atlanta, and it feels like 15 or 20 years. So it's long overdue.
Yeah, we got lots
Nice.
of horses now too.
Next time you come through, make sure to stay a night.
I'm gonna try to stay like a week or two, man. When I come through, I'm really trying to schedule my season this year, where I'm doing maybe 2 events a month and one like weekend long workshop somewhere, and then be able to.
We've got our thumb on the pulse of the crew, and we will get them out to any event you throw.
Yeah, I've got at least 150 plus people willing to come to a clinic.
Sweet, man.
You can probably put money on it.
Reorganize the way I'm doing things a little bit. I used to do like these kind of bigger workshops where I'd have 25 or 30 people show up, and I just don't feel like I'm able to give my attention to 25 or 30 people at once. And I just found recently that really works well, where I can kind of take on the same number of people per day, just make it smaller groups, do it like 90-minute sessions, really dive into it with them for that hour and a half, and then do like an 18-hole playing round with 4 people afterwards, and just have 2 different things to offer,
That's
awesome.
Nice.
That sounds fun.
Atlanta's definitely a target market for it.
Yeah, big time. So, I mean, some people, how many people do you know are just like, no way, I'm never taking a lesson, they're going to a clinic, but they'd probably play around with me, you know what I mean? So just trying to diversify a little bit, and make things a little bit more streamlined for the season coming up.
I like how Philo just said, I think they would want to play around with me. I don't think there's a disc golfer in the world that doesn't want to play around with you.
Yeah, but do they want to pay to play with me? That's a different story.
Oh, yeah.
I think they would. I would.
I paid $120 a couple of years ago to play with you at IDGC.
And I play enough casual rounds and give enough free information away that I think people know that it's not, again, just a money grab for me. This is my livelihood, man. I've worked really hard to be able to earn the right to do this with you guys. It's a privilege.
Absolutely.
It's a privilege, And I feel like I've earned it over these 15 years that I can ask people to patronize me this way and not feel bad about it.
You certainly have a relationship with the fans that a lot of pros don't have, and then that's pretty obvious, I think.
I communicate with them, man. They send me emails and, Facebook messengers, and I try to respond to. I can't sit there all day long, but I do dedicate some time here and there to at least try to answer them and let them know I acknowledge.
Hey man, he came on our show and we don't.
Yeah,
really
he responded to me pretty quickly. I was very happy to say the least.
Man, you guys are the reason why I'm successful as I am. Not just as a player. I mean, I earned that on my own. And with some other people, you know what I mean? But I'm the one out there on the island throwing the disc, right? But
yeah.
The support I get from guys like you, from the disc golf communities all across the country, all across the world. You know what I mean? That's what's made the Team Philo brand, my brand, successful, is the support that I get from you guys.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
I keep doing it for you guys just as much as for myself.
That's
man.
That's kind of the same. We're in the same boat. We do it because we know everybody wants to watch you, wants to watch us ask you questions or Cat questions or Jomez questions, and it's for us. We love to see you, we love to talk to you, but we love the fans to see it as well. And I'm just super thankful you came on. But speaking of fans, we actually have a viewer question. Thomas Elm wants to know why the Millennium Falcon for your signature disc, and do you have any more collaborations coming up?
Okay, so Millennium got at me early last year. I think we were in Vegas, and Sean walked up to me and he said, "Hey, man, I got this disc. I want you to try and let me know what you think." He's like, "I think we're going to call it the Millennium Falcon." Obviously, Millennium's the brand, but they wanted to call the disc the Falcon. You're not trying to go some like Star Wars theme or something here? And he's like, no, man. Like, just try the disc and see if you like it. So I threw it around for a little while, and I was like, this one's kind of flippy, man. Like, I need something with a little bit more, stability to it. So he comes back. That was just like a stock Star Falcon, the first one he gave me. Then he got them. He got Innova to mold them some swirly ones. And he got those in my hand. He's like, try these out for a while, and I started to really like that disc, man. It was instantly usable for my game. Like, I usually will use beat up destroyers or wraiths to try to stretch my flight out, and this did that right at the box, man. Like, brand new, bang that thing like really narrow angles of hyzer, give it some air, and just let it go, man. Straight long lines. I didn't have to overpower the disc to get the maximum glide, and it was like, wow, I can really use this right now. And I started using it everywhere, man. And after a while, like, so what do you think of that disc? And I was like, dude, I love it. And he was like, well, how do you feel about doing a collaboration with us, or hopping on the Millennium team and supporting that disc? We got, Greg Barsby with the Scorpius, and Calvin Heimberg's got the Draco, and we're trying to kind of bring the brand back. And I was like, I'm in, man. I like this disc. I think I can sell a lot of these. I think I can get people hip to this disc, and I don't get things that I don't like or that I feel are junk, man. Like, I just don't. I'm not going to sacrifice my brand and, what I feel about this sport for things that aren't legit.
Yeah.
And
I heard they go pretty far.
When I started working that disc in my bag and seeing like what I could do with that thing, it's become a quick favorite, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've heard those things go pretty far.
We did release at DC. Unfortunately, it wasn't like crazy numbers, but I mean, I think that the snowball has started, and I've been taking them with me on some of my engagements and getting them into people's hands and let them throw it for themselves. And, it's a snowball. I mean, it's a new thing. So I'm not, the most popular player in the whole wide world. So I know it's not going to be like Paul McBeth selling, 50,000, discs overnight, but, it'll get there.
All right, man. Awesome. Let's get into some of this fun stuff.
Lay it on me.
James Burgess wants to know what kind of backpack you rocking? Who's
The last few years, I've been using the Guru bag from Norway. I went over there doing one of my Euro tours with Greg, and they invited us over, and they just gave us a bunch of stuff. They're like, here, try this out. It's all, molded by Innova, minus the bags, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Try our bag. Gave me the bag. It lasted me about 6 or 7 months. They started having some stitching issues. I called the dudes up. They said, we just came out with our new one. We'll send it to you. So I've been using that the last 2 years, and I actually got offered another sponsorship by Upper Park, but I haven't responded yet. I'm still trying to see if I can work something out with these Guru guys, but I think it's hard with the international thing, Like, I'm sure they're appreciative of me, like, rocking their bag, but I can't really do an affiliate program with a company overseas sending stuff this way. It's expensive.
The shipping's more than the bag, yeah.
And I'm glad you got that bag, but those Upper Park bags are so comfortable. It's like a hiking backpack almost.
I loved it when I was sponsored by them. I mean, it was a great partnership for a brief period of time, and then they just kind of fell off the face of the earth with a bunch of us players, man, and left us high and dry. And, you know, I haven't talked to the new ownership or management yet, and I've been kind of going back and forth in my mind. Do I want to give up the Guru because I actually really like it, but it's starting to get old and busted, and it's probably time to move on, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've already gone ahead and graduated to the cart.
You're an old man now. You're an old man.
Ridge Roller, Joe Robinson up at Ridge Roller is doing something great with the carts. I like them.
You're an old man.
The time and living in a van, that, you know, extra space becomes very valuable, and the cart just takes up too much in my little van.
Yeah, I can hear that. I hear that.
I feel like being connected to my bag when I'm playing, and it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's kind of my safety net, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's my safety blanket. I just wrap it around my shoulders and just walk around the course with it.
Just have something to jerk around when you get a little frustrated, you know?
Better to
throw it
kick
up
a bag
against
than
a
a
tree
cart.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Slicing.
Yeah.
The wheel, you're stranded out there with 7 holes to play, you know, carrying your satchel around like a big box. Man, I'm not doing all.
No.
All right, so I wave a magic wand and make you the president of the PDGA.
Okay.
What is your first orders of operations? What are we doing to improve or grow the game?
Or changing.
Or change the game?
That's such a tough one, man. There's so many. I'm not a political type of guy. It's so funny. My grandfather was a politician.
Oh, really?
Not in America, though, in Barbados, where my family's from. And he actually started this whole Labor Party movement that's still rocking today. And I don't know. I heard a lot of horror stories about the politics and that life. And then, like, we're living that nightmare right now in our own society. I'm not a good guy. Like, I just try to be real and like, in the moment. You know what I mean? And
yeah, absolutely.
I think we have a lot of missed opportunities with growth and outreach by just not focusing on a specific program, that like a charter program with schools or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have like a contingent, kind of like what Disc Golf Pro Tour did last year in Waco, where they found a Boys and Girls Club, brought a contingency of us players together, gave us a few hours to interact and engage with these kids and leave them some stuff so they could play, kind of like Edge program. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think Edge is a little bit different. They're expecting like these people to buy this product at the end of the day. You know?
Yeah.
I think if we could find some way to kind of bridge that gap and find somebody to help facilitate paying for these things, you know what I mean? Or reallocate funds that are already in the PDGA to going to something like this to help grow the sport. Like, we've been a grassroots the whole time, but I think really having like a really awesome program and like some way to showcase like what we are as a sport to the youth, because that's really the future, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of like how
kicking
the
around.
PGA has the PGA Tour Championships. Yeah, every year they have the Tour Championships here in Atlanta, and it's like it's a thing the kids go to. It's like Coca-Cola fundraised program. Like every kid is like, yeah. Right. Yes. I'm reiterating what you said.
Kind of like a chip and putt Masters, you know what I mean? Like
exactly. The drive, chip, and putt, or like the same thing. Coca-Cola does the same thing for the kids in Atlanta and like the trouble.
You know, I don't know if you guys have ever been to like the week before the Super Bowl. If you go there as a kid, they have all these different events. Yeah, throw, pass, catch, and then you get to play paper football. I mean, it was a great time when I went in Tampa when I was like, I think I was like 13 years old or something.
Okay.
But yeah, the same thing. I agree with that. The PDGA needs something like that.
I mean, that's just like one thing. I mean, so we're still babies, guys. I mean, we're like this sport, we're in our infancy still. We're figuring it out as we go. Every year, the sport evolves on another level. Another layer of the onion is peeled off. You know what I mean? And I know especially us pros who are trying to make our livelihood doing this, like we know we haven't got there yet. Like we haven't reached that place where we're like, okay, we don't have to stress over our finances anymore. Wonder where, for some of these guys, if they can make it to the next stop, if they can afford the hotel room or have the gas money or if they're eating ramen for 4 days straight or whatever, like we haven't got to that point yet. It's getting better. It's gotten exponentially better since I've been on tour, and it's getting better all the time. But I think that's just a process that we're just going to have to keep on evolving with and growing with.
I mean, one way to remember it is like we're younger than skateboarding is. You know what I mean?
Time.
We're like half the age of skateboarding even. So it's,
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, my favorite question to ask. If you could pick any celebrity non-disc golfer to play as your celebrity doubles partner, who would it be?
You're asking the guy who lives in Hollywood which
Yeah.
celebrity you hang out with. All right.
We ask everybody.
Think about this for like 2 seconds, man, because who would be fun to play disc golf with would be Dave Chappelle, man.
Oh, that
Oh,
would
yeah.
be hilarious. He'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
To get trash talked by Dave Chappelle for 18 holes and just let him give me all the Oreo jokes he can throw at me,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as far as just having a good time and keeping light and somebody super chill like that, I think Dave would be fun. But maybe I would really, really like to meet Tiger Woods one day and trade. I'm sure he could care less, or he doesn't give a damn about golf. But if he did give an inkling about it, that'd be cool.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, Bubba's got a little interest in it. I can imagine Tiger probably would.
You want to hear a Hudson story? So I went to the Riviera here in LA to watch the Genesis Open, and Bubba was playing in the tournament, and I have this disc. I'm sure you guys have seen it, like the in-color Innova disc that looks like a golf ball.
Yeah.
So I took that disc with me to the tournament to try to get as many of these guys as I could to sign it, and the first guy stuck it in his hand, looked at me like, what the hell is this thing? You know what I mean? It looks like a golf ball, but it's a frisbee. And he's like, what is this thing for? And I go, you've never heard of disc golf? And he was like, no. I was like, all right. So anyway, I'm out there in the gallery, and the guy I'm walking with says, hey, man, that's Bubba Watson's wife. And I'm like, no way. So I walk right up to her, and I go, hi, Miss Watson. You probably wouldn't believe this, but your husband and I are part of the same association. And she's like, which one is that? And I go, the Professional Disc Golf Association. And I show her the disc, and she just kind of rolled her eyes like, okay.
She's already sick of plastic. Like, don't give me that. He's got enough frisbees, already.
So I asked her, I'm like, what do you think the chances are that he'd sign this for me? And she's like, well, you just have to ask him yourself. I'm like, no, that's why I'm coming to you.
Yeah, right?
He doesn't care who I am. I need you to show him that that's a disc golfer right there that wants your autograph, And she didn't do it. So I followed him the whole rest of the round. I'm standing right next to her as they walk off the course. And he just grabbed his wife and they bail. He didn't even come out and sign autographs. I was like, ah!
It was pretty cool to see him and Rory McIlroy's tweets about watching the disc golf coverage. They both watched it and said y'all were very impressive.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, we know that he's involved, that he cares, that he's, a part of the association, and he did that thing down in Georgia. Wasn't it in Georgia? Is it in Atlanta?
He did it all over the Southeast, going to the minor league baseball field, setting up little par 2 or par 3 events. Well, he called them par 3s, but they were par 2s.
Yeah.
For that, dude, we need so much more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great way to get kids involved, too. Let's go to the ballpark. Dad can get a beer. Mom gets some cotton candy. Let's throw some frisbees at stuff. It's such an easy thing.
If we did some of that stuff and incorporated some of us pros to be a part of that, even if it's even if those kids have no idea who we are, it's still going to make an impact.
Oh,
Being
absolutely.
a frisbee
No, absolutely.
We're professionals. This is what we do. You know what I mean? You can look us up later and follow us on Instagram, watch the videos on YouTube, and go, holy crap, that guy was actually somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks to social media, and I mean, that's really been a big part of our evolution as a sport.
Yeah.
I don't know how many kids I've met that said they got as good as they are by watching YouTube.
right?
Right.
I
No,
feel
I
like
mean,
that's how everybody's learned by now.
that works for guitar. I know that. Anyway.
It's crazy.
So
We
what?
need-
Go ahead. Okay, so let's say you're doing commentary for ESPN on disc golf.
Nice. I
What
like this idea.
tournament would you like to be on there? Like, what would you like to really showcase the sport in your opinion?
Which event?
Yeah, which event? Sorry.
In USDGC is pretty much like, in my opinion, the pinnacle for us. I mean, the
Why
stakes are-
wasn't the USDGC picked over the DGPT?
I'm pretty sure because Disc Golf Pro Tour is the one who made that deal, and it had nothing to do with US Disc Golf or the USDGC.
Yeah, I think they just
Right. Okay.
threw money at it, right?
I mean, the Disc Golf Pro Tour, I mean, you know who's running that situation now, and I'm sure that influence had a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
Okay, this is one of my favorite questions, especially because I'm an Innova guy. I'm going to give you the keys to the factory for a night.
Yeah.
What Frankenstein molds are you putting together? What are you putting together at Innova? Plastics, molds, what you want.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, my answer is always I want a KC Pro pole cap. That's my answer every time. But
And I would make all the swirly I could pump out, man.
all right.
Swirly destroyers that had the Mad Glide. I'd probably run them and just stick in storage somewhere and wait 20 years.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
Something like that. Maybe some old CE Valkyries.
Ooh.
I have a buddy who'd love to hear that.
That was my favorite disc for a long time. That was the fastest disc when I first started playing disc golf, man. CE Valkyrie in 04. When I really started to care about disc golf, that was the bee's knees, man. People would offer you $60-$75 for a good one back
Oh
then.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I get a buddy who just broke one at a tournament, like literally wrapped it around a tree. It was the saddest thing I'd ever seen.
I don't think I have any brand new CE plastic, dude. And I was sponsored when those things were still out, man. Like,
What? Yeah, come on, dude. 09 was peak.
dude, I never was a collector, man. Everything I got, I
Oh,
used.
yeah, everything I gotta throw.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know, I only got 50 discs a year, and half of those were rocks and putters, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always ask for a stack of at least 5 putters for every allotment I get.
Absolutely, man. So important.
So we kind of started off with food. We're going to kind of end off with some food.
Okay.
What is the go-to celebration meal after a good tournament?
Which city am I in, man?
Ooh,
You
that's a
choose
good
it.
question. What was
Where
your
do you-
last
where do you win the
Let's go with
most?
your last win? That city.
Where do we host? Thailand.
Okay, so you go for noodles. Got it.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh man, after I won that first one, that story. Oh Lord.
Oh, we got time.
Here we go.
And all right, so well, the meal after the event in Thailand, Nigel cooks up this huge barbecue buffet. Man, he roasts the whole pig from tail to
Oh, yeah.
snout. You know, he's cutting and chopping it. You know, he's got all kinds of other meats and pork and steaks and stuff. You know, salads. So I mean, that's been one of my favorite victory meals. Is just that big circle of love after that tournament's over and everybody's hanging out together on the island. Yeah, it's pretty special, man. But I'd say probably one of my man. I don't win that many tournaments to be like I'm going to go to this restaurant every time after I eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, what's your favorite meal? Damn it.
One of my favorites is probably Oklahoma Joe's, or used to be Okie Joe's in Kansas City. It's just Joe's now. That Z-Man is the bomb, man.
Is that
That's one of
barbecue?
The barbecue pull. It's like a brisket sandwich with provolone, barbecue sauce, onion rings.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you to Fox Brothers here in Atlanta.
Daddy D's
Yeah.
is better than Fox Brothers, bro. For sure. We're taking you Daddy D's. We got it.
Okay.
You got 2 free meals already. Let's
You got
keep it going. Where are y'all taking them, viewers?
Oh, there's another one. I got one more. So after USDGC every year, it's pretty much customary that a big group of us goes to El Cancun and get, some margarita Mexican food.
Hell yeah.
Some fajita.
Then
Oh yeah. I
so,
love
I
me
mean,
some orange.
We've got this is one of the best questions we ever asked too. You've been around the country. I'm sure you've been to Waffle House.
Oh yeah,
What's your Waffle House order?
All-Star all day, All-Star, scrambled eggs, bacon, sometimes sausage, straight up hash browns. I usually don't put anything extra on it, man. I like it original, straight up.
No, salt and
Dude, I love
pepper,
it when
and
people
then
have their
mix it with
answers
the
all
egg
off
yolk.
like that. It makes me so happy. Yeah, it's just like I know it right now.
Oh, you know what?
Mm.
I'm gonna take Philo to Vortex and get him a burger. Best
Ooh.
burgers in Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, man. So I mean, me and food, I don't look like it, but I love food, man.
Hey, yeah, I'm the same way, brother.
The same way.
There's them in good genes, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
So Philo, thank you so much for coming on, man. We love watching you. We love hearing your commentary. We can't wait for you to come to Atlanta.
We're rooting
Everybody.
for you. Innova, if you're listening, come on now. Come on. Make this man whole.
Hey, and it is what it is, brother. I got,
Sure.
plenty on my plate to deal with and to worry about. Sponsorship is just one level of the onion, one level of the portfolio.
Yep.
I love the Shrek references of the layers of the onions.
Yeah. So do you before we give you, like your time to shine or whatever, do you have any questions for us?
Oh, you want me to interview you guys now?
Turn the tables if you want to.
Maybe just some advice, like what are we doing wrong?
Yeah, questions or advice is much graded.
Man, the couple of episodes I've watched with you guys has been super fun and entertaining, and you guys are definitely not boring, man. So just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm not one to try to tell somebody they're doing their job wrong when people love it, man. You guys are doing great. More power to you. Keep it up. Keep the good vibes going. Keep that stoke going out there, flowing in the community. That's what it's all about, man.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. Thanks,
Whether
brother.
we're one big family,
Absolutely.
That's it.
100%.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, man, but we just got to learn to hear each other and respect each other and give each other space to communicate, man. That's the foundation of all relationships is communication. Just be open to listen to each other, man. You don't always have to agree, but just give that person an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And hear them. Be open.
Absolutely.
True words have never been spoken, my man.
I'm so glad
Philo,
you guys, man. You have no idea, man. This has been these 20 years I've been in disc golf, man, have been really like the funnest 20 years. I mean, life before was fun, man. High school and junior high. I mean, I've had a fun life, man. But this community has really been special to me, man. It's something I could have never imagined or dreamed of, man, 15 years ago.
That's
I
awesome.
feel the same. I feel like I'm maybe a couple of years behind you. I started when I was 20, and it's only keeps getting better.
It does, man. It really does. And the more we keep doing what we're doing, man, I'm telling you, we have the power to reach so many people, man. Just being real and humble with people, man, and keeping it real. Be your authentic.
Oh yeah.
Nothing
Hey,
wrong with
dude,
that.
I appreciate you coming on. I've loved every minute of this interview. Where can everybody find you? Tell everybody where to follow you, the Instagram, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, where can we schedule a Philo clinic in Atlanta?
Where can we get some Team Philo merch?
All right, man. So I'm going to try to give you all the lowdown here. So as far as my social medias are concerned, obviously Instagram, Facebook, at Team Philo for Instagram or Team Philo at Yahoo. Team Philo at Yahoo. If you just want to send me an email and inquire about clinics or lessons. I've shut down my Acuity scheduling for right now for the holidays, but pretty soon I'm going to put out a post on the socials trying to put a feeler for which disc golf communities want to have me. As far as my schedule is concerned, I'm going to put that out there and say, here's your opportunity to book me up for a workshop, man. And I'm obviously going to be open to doing some private lessons and whatnot. Those are all just kind of just getting at me and seeing if I'm in your neighborhood, man. But I'm going to try to do a better job of letting everybody know what my schedule is for this coming year. I'm not really accustomed to doing that, but I have to do that this year if I'm going to book out these clinics alongside my tour. So look for that in the coming weeks. The teamphilo.com. We're getting closer, man. I've been ordering up swag left and right, dude. I've been ordering keychains and new stickers, and I got some shirts. I've got windbreakers. I've got the new logo for the disc I want to do next year, and all this stuff is coming down the line, man. The Boom brand's coming back. We've been talking about that a lot recently. That was one of the calls I had today, and just trying to get that whole, man, that Boom brand was really big, man. We were super stoked, to have the support and the fans that were supportive of that, buying the hats, supporting the Philos and the other players out there that were rocking them. And we're going to come back with that strong next year and really try to push hard. And there's just a lot going on, man. But I think I'm one of the easiest guys to get a hold of. I think I respond to the majority of the mail that I get. Sometimes I miss some stuff, and I apologize. It's hard to keep track of all that. It's really just me responding. I don't have a bunch of worker bees doing it. So reply comes in, it's coming from me. You know what I'm saying? It's not coming from one of my people in the background. It's Philo talking. So be patient with me, but I try my best to keep my engagement up with you guys and reply. And when you guys make your comments on Instagram and whatnot, I try to keep up with as much of that as I can and keep the dialogue rolling, man. So again, I just hit 40,000 on Instagram. That's all organic. I never paid for a boost. I never, did anything outside of just letting it do what it does, man. Putting up my Monday vibe post and trying to share my story and just trying to be authentic, man. I think that's something that comes natural to me. I don't feel like it's forced. I'm very fortunate.
100%, brother.
I think my family, man, it really comes from that household, just showing me a lot of different things, man. Not all of it was positive. That's how life is. It's not always good. It's not always positive, but you just got to learn to roll with the punches, man. You got to learn to absorb some of that stuff, learn to deflect some of that stuff, learn how to make, changes and be open, really. That's really one of the biggest things I got from the people in my life, man, is being open and not being so stubborn about everything. Can't always go your way. You're not always going to get your way.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's pretty much what keeps me where I am. It keeps me level. It keeps my disposition nice and chill, and I don't feel like I owe anybody anything, and I also feel like people don't owe me. It's
Right.
a street, you know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless to everything you just said, Philo. You're
You're
100% my
one of the
people.
most respectful human beings. One of the just greatest disc golfers we've had on the show. I really appreciate. I respect you and your positivity more than anything, more than your game or your growing the sport. Like, you staying positive is one of the greatest things about you.
It's hard to do sometimes, man. Believe me, it's a challenge.
Very, very. So hey,
This year,
do you have plans for New Year's?
I'm just going to be here in LA, man, with the family. It's probably not smart to be out doing anything.
Absolutely not. So we're having a group New Year's Eve party. Feel free to jump on. We're going to
come in for 2 minutes, drink a marg with us, get off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You got to get at me because I'm a professional at forgetting this stuff. Obviously, I almost forgot about tonight, dude. I got caught up in my.
No, congratulations, by the way. I'm glad you got that.
I'm glad that was the reason.
No, there's a lot of things going on. It's the off season. This is the time for doing all the wheeling and dealing and trying to get your stuff organized. And it's so hard. We're out there. I'm kind of doing this stuff on my own, but recently I've had another addition to my team that's helping me in the back, behind the scenes, helping me with ordering, helping me with being organized and doing the stuff that I can't focus on all the time. So
yeah,
just alone, man. If you're a guy that's wanted to be out there and be one of us top pros, you better get a good team behind you because you cannot do this on your own.
There you go, Raven Newsom. Some advice from Philo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Your family, if you got good family, man, start there. You got good trust, start there, man. And I'm telling you, it's so weird, man. When you follow your dreams, it's such a cliche thing to say, maybe, or I don't know, maybe it just seems kind of corny and goofy, but I'm telling you, man, the more you follow your dreams, the more the world conspires to help you achieve them.
Yep. It's The Secret.
Dude.
That book, The Secret, about positive thinking, and it all just, you funnel it that direction, No,
I go through challenges all the time, man. Yeah, my overall vibe is positive, but you guys have also seen me in some low moments where I'm struggling, and I'm real in those moments. And you can see it when you're watching me on camera if I'm not happy, if I'm struggling with how I'm playing. And even though I'm struggling, I'm still trying, man. I'm still trying to find some kind of positive thing to turn it around and get back to being happy Philo. But,
absolutely.
sometimes it doesn't happen, dude, and I go to the car pissed off like dudes, man, and I beat my chair and break it, and I'll kick something a few times and vent, and I'm human, man. I'm not always happy-go-lucky Philo, man. Don't let anybody try to tell you that's the story, because it's not true, man. I'm human. I fail.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was filming that round at GBO a couple years ago, and it was slow, and I can't remember what hole it was, but Big Germ gave you a warning for time.
Yeah, that was on a country club. I remember that.
And there was a little brief discussion, but you immediately put your 2 discs. I think you had 3 discs you were practicing with. You immediately put your 2 discs down. And I think, I definitely know you were in circle 2, but my personal experience, if that would have happened to me, I would have either blown up on my score or blown up on Jern, but you were very professional. Both of you guys were. And it was cool to watch, because that's the first time I've ever seen any sort of quote unquote drama on a disc golf course while filming. And it was just, props to you for keeping the head game at that moment.
Let me just leave with this, man.
I've never told that story, by the way. I've never told that story.
But the thing is when we play a sport, when we have to officiate ourselves, and going back to your question about the PDGA, the first thing I would do is start putting marshals on every card and stop making us judge ourselves.
There we go.
Oh, man. But anyway, point. And I can admit that there were times, maybe not quite as bad as our friend Nico LaCastro blowing it on the 32nd. I think we all go through those moments where we're a little indecisive and we're trying to make the best decision, and sometimes we kind of lose track of what clock is, you know what I mean, or what the actual 30-second clock is. And I don't ever want to make an issue like that a personal thing against the player, because I know that guy just wants to play by the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Get that, you know what I mean? And I think and honestly, something very similar to that happened at Jonesboro at the end of this past season with a player where I had to call him on a football, and then he started thinking of other infractions that he felt he could have called earlier in the round. And by the time we got to the parking lot, he was heated.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say him, but I'm just going to say he was heated because he didn't call the call that he saw when he saw it. And he was afraid to do it because of the backlash he thought that it would create, or the bad flow on the card, or the bad energy.
Yeah.
You guys do that, man. If we're out there playing and it's our job to officiate ourselves, if that person can't handle it, it's their problem.
Then maybe not playing at that level is not for them,
Not even that, man. It's not even about if it's not for them or not.
Right.
They need to learn that they have to honor your call.
Right.
Yeah.
Can give you a good argument to why they do not deserve that penalty or that call. Accept it and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I accepted Germ's calculation of my time, and I didn't want to start a fight with him. I just hey man, anybody can be guilty of this, but I'm going to pick up the pace here and I'm going to keep it pushing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like having
And
a
you did
bad
for the rest of the round. There was not a question of whether you were going beyond 30 seconds.
And I admit I've been guilty of it. And if he wanted to give me a warning, in that moment, a warning's not a big deal. It's not a penalty stroke.
No, it was back
Right.
back then. It was not a big deal at all.
You know what I mean? Like you can't make things a bigger deal than what they are. You know what I mean? And that's a part of being a professional that I think all of us pros, I think we strive to have that attitude. We should be striving to have that attitude. And it's just being an adult and being, just trying to be a mature individual and not making the person the problem. If there's an issue, you deal with the issue, you squash it, you move on.
Yeah.
disc golf's hard
exactly.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to have personal grievances out there, man. It makes operating in this world so much more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
We're still together all the time, man. I don't want to have beefs with the guy I might be on a card with the next day.
Right.
For sure.
Absolutely.
That's why I operate the way that I do, and it's not coming from a phony place. It's just that it's not. It's
Right.
Hey,
All
man.
right, brother. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
We will.
Oh, yeah.
man, much
You're
love,
coming back on. We're having you back
We're
on
making
for
it
sure.
happen. We're making it
Shut
happen.
up, man. You saw how easy it was to get me this time, brother. Just reach out, man. I'm here.
100%.
Hey,
dude.
much
Thank you
love,
so much.
Philo. Love you,
See
brother.
you soon.
Thank you, Philo.
Woo! That was excellent. Let me get.
I have a new favorite disc golfer.
There you go.
Hey,
That you're gonna have
If
to
you
get back
didn't
to
already,
that.
that he is your favorite disc golfer.
I mean,
Thanks
he's
so
probably
much to everybody who's stuck around, dude. We're 2.5 hours in on this thing.
And
We're
everyone
doing
stuck
it.
around. Great questions. We're on Team Philo 100%. We're gonna get him to Atlanta, so you're gonna see us start chirping when he puts up that schedule to figure out where he's going. We're gonna make it happen here in Atlanta. So
Yep.
cool. Otherwise, I think we're about ready to sign off, aren't we, boys? That we already did all the national and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
man,
got a
hey.
quick fun fact.
Oh, you do have a quick fun fact. That's right.
Philo comes from the Greek word philos, which means love. So obviously that's why he's so freaking awesome. And then the city he lives in comes from an Tuhunga.
The hunger.
It means it's an ancient
That's all it says,
Indian
and now
word
back to
meaning
Jaybird.
old woman of the earth. But in the late 80s, they thought it meant motorcycle gangs. So that's my fun fact. That
Fun fact.
Philo's name is named after love, which makes perfect sense. That guy is just full of love, full of positivity. But yeah, that's all I got. You guys want to check us out?
Yeah,
My favorite comment of the night. Oh, wait, is Jaybird going to come back on?
No, we're not. No, we're good. 2.5 hours is good. I'm
Send
not even
Jason
wearing my
the link.
diaper.
We will have Jason on for sure. Our next available, we've wrote it in. It's in
Yeah,
January,
Jason-
middle of
Jason
January.
come back, 'cause
Jaybird.
that was pretty glorious. All right.
All right. Love you
Thanks
guys.
to
Bye.
Jaybird though for
Are you
coming.
leaving Austin? Bye, Austin.
Yeah, see ya.
Dude. I'm Adam. Thanks for watching. This was the marathon. It was awesome. Thank you again, Philo. I'm on it.
Yep. Again, thanks for Jason Light for coming in and shooting the shit with us for a little bit. We're gonna have him back on. We're gonna have Philo back on. Huge thanks to everybody who watched. Thanks for watching the Queen's Gambit.